All right, Utah Steve in the house. Welcome and congratulations. Cyber Monday, it's a big time to own the internet, but I think you're up for the task. We'll get that mailed out to you right now. It should be arriving any second now, via email, of course. That's how we ship. KQD, right now I'm using a cheap set of earbuds. What kind of earphones did you get? Where did you get them? Describe the connection to the computer and the same as my earbud connection. I picked up a pair of SR850s. They're made by, I don't know, the people who make SR850s. Samson is the brand. Samson right there. I got these on Amazon. I think they're running about $35. I love them because I can wear them all day long and they don't feel like I'm wearing a vice grip on my head, which is important for me. Let's see here. Let's go to 4Box here. We're watching a couple different feeds, all coming from different places. But when they come back, we'll know right away. I think I got them. I think they were like $35 or so. I think they're roughly $35 for the set. They're open. They're not closed back. They're open back, so I can hear sound outside the earphones as well, which I like. But I really enjoy them. Connection-wise, they come with your typical 1/8-inch connection, as well as a screw-on 1/4-inch adapter. So I like the screw-on type instead of just the slip-on type. But there you go. That's our tech start. Laura says hi. Golden Mom, welcome back. Babe Cakes 812. Hi everyone. Fairy 66 is here. Linda, new here. Linda, welcome. Appreciate you being here. We're watching a very interesting case today out of Texas. You're just waiting for them to come back in the courtroom right now. And while they wait here, I'll keep on it here, but we'll make it not confusing on the screen for you. Let's see. Good afternoon, Linda. Welcome, of course. Hi. Happy to be back. Good to have you here. This is probably one of the friendliest places on the internet. Is where you've stumbled in. This group here is just amazing. I think you'll find a lot of very, very nice people who are similar-minded to yourself here. Chandra, good to have you here as well. I appreciate everyone making Linda feel welcome. Always welcome new people all the time, and bring a friend next time. It's a good place to bring friends. So this is going to be an interesting case out of Texas. We have, for those of you who haven't followed, we've got this trial of Juan David Ortiz. He was a Border Patrol agent in Texas, and I think he was down in Laredo, Texas, the border town where they had, just within a short space of time, they had several women that were found murdered, found shot, executed basically. And the town was on edge and everything, and one of the women, who happened to have been a working girl down there, was able to escape. Realized that the man that she was in the truck with was probably the killer, and he pulled a gun on her, and she was able to escape and ran to another police officer, and they were able to arrest him. So I'm so glad we have fresh cases. I'm an addict and proud. Ferry, it is so much easier to do this if we have cases to talk about, especially ones with good video and audio. And this one, I think we're good on that. I think it'll be enjoyable to watch, and we can really have some things to discuss. Seven, welcome. A big old hello to you as well. Good morning from Australia, Jared. Welcome. Thanks for joining us from down under. This did happen several years ago. This has been in the system for quite a while. I was looking yesterday, not yesterday. When did we talk last? Saturday. I think we talked Saturday about a case that we might follow out of California, a police officer shooting case. This was a deputy or an officer that shot someone in the line of duty during work, and he ended up getting fired for it. I just tuned in and noticed that he broke his leg yesterday, and now day 3 of the preliminary hearing is put off till the middle of January. So Laura says, I sulked over the holiday. I know, it was nothing to do, right? It's snowing in Utah. Wonderful. It is 70 degrees outside here in North Carolina where I'm located. Still nothing yet on the channel as far as the live stream. I'm pretty sure they said we would be back. We'd be back about right now, so they haven't started the live stream yet. So if anyone sees otherwise, let me know. Fellow Aussie's in the house. How did I'm embarrassed that I have to ask. How's the World Cup going for everybody? I know we've got some people from around the world here in chat. I don't even know how the U.S. has done or who we're playing. But maybe let me know if that's something you follow at all. I've lost the mouse. I have so many displays in front of me. Check this out here. I have so many displays in front of me, including this one over here on my far right that it's hiding behind me in the picture. On my mouse, because they're all Mac products, my mouse gets lost and it will go to one of these 4 displays, and then I have to hunt it down and find how to get it back to the one I want to use it on. But oops, I think I just did a no-no. I just tried to clear a box off my screen, and I think I just inserted an ad. So I'm sorry if that just happened. Sorry about that. My fault. USA versus Iran today. Okay, so that's the one I've seen in the news. Matthew Harris, if you could go just round up the judge, just let him know that we're going to hold him in contempt if he doesn't get back to his courtroom. That would be great. Send the snow to Canada. KQD, just push it up north a little bit. Laura says, can't see me. Oh, that's because I changed the camera to talk a little bit. Thank you for letting me know. I have the technology in place in my system right now that if I don't fix the camera angle, I could teach you guys how to do it through chat. There would literally be a command, a hashtag, and a command you type in chat, and it would change the camera so I'm back on screen. Not sure if I want to do that because I know we get some trolls in here, but maybe I can make it a mod-only chat. I'll have to look at that. I don't want people to cause mayhem with the stream, but at the same time, if I mess up something and just am not paying attention, I'd like it if you guys could fix it. Let's see. Grandparents from Croatia. I live in Canada. It was an interesting weekend. Wow. Good to see you back on the new case, mate. Always better to watch with a bunch of effectual potential jurors. Joe, it is a new case. It's very interesting. I think this will tide us over for a little while as we have a few of the big cases that are still sort of lingering out there. January is going to be just an incredible month where we're really going to be pulled every which direction. I know personally Sarah Boone's at the top of my list. I really want to see that one. We've got all sorts of stuff happening with several other cases we followed up to this point that are just going to be, all hitting right about the same time. The World Cup is unpredictable. Small teams are winning too. Right, I heard Iran was mad that the USA had changed their flag logo or something to be supportive of the demonstrators in Iran. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe we'll settle it on the pitch, as they say in England. My IT media manager is working on getting us a live stream set up. Do you have any tips, tech, guidance to offer? Matthew, yes, I could definitely do that. I actually do consulting for businesses on live streaming and social media. So yeah, I could get you that. Let's do it offline though. Hit me up on the burner phone, and we'll let you know. Also, anyone else who wants to contact me on the burner phone, I do have a phone number available just for you guys to reach out and contact us here at Recovery Addict. It looks like, let's see, Tiffany just sent me one here. Texas via Juan David Ortiz. Oh yeah, she sent me this one this morning saying, "Hey Scott, opening statements just started for the Border Patrol serial killers trial." I watched those, Tiffany. If you're out there as well, I watched those opening statements before I decided to take this case under as a show topic, and it's like, wow, you've got a confession, a recorded confession, not just a little confession, a 9-hour confession, where not only does the suspect finally break and admit to everything, but he also gives you additional information about another person he's killed that you don't know about, and you're able to locate the body from that. And then the defendant says, "Hey, I'm going to plead not guilty because I don't think you can prove it." So this will be really interesting, because if there's a technicality that gets his confession overturned, and not that suddenly the evidence they have is they can't bring it in. It'll be bizarre. I have a question regarding your last post about wills. How can I contact you, Laura to Matthew Harris? I think all his contact information is on there. Okay, we've got a feed here. Just one second. Let's go ahead and take super source. There we go. 4-box it, and we're coming in on Ken's 5. Okay, sorry. Lots of different pieces happening here, and we need audio. Judge Oscar J. Hale.
Situation. In case they needed one, do they need one? Do we have someone?
Now this trial was moved out of the county, so they're in Bexar County, Baxar County, which is just bizarre for me. I still can't figure out the pronunciation guide on that one. I'm getting audio from somewhere where I should not be. Right here. There we go. Okay, fixed it. So the first witness that we had up was Alex. Was that her name? And she was the one that got away. Basically, she was the one that was held at gunpoint, and she was able to escape and run to the police. Prosecution.
So how would you spell that?
The prosecution has finished questioning her, and now the defense is going to question her.
But that's also tally.
Is this the right?
Tally something.
Are we getting the right feed here?
Plural.
Right.
Let's see who else we have. Let's see, I've got KSAT has a stream as well coming in right here. We also have the same stream from, it looks like Law and Crime is taking that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's defined that way.
So, let's see, let's take 2. There we go. Okay, so Ken's 5 happens to be the furthest of it along, so this is the most recent. Look at that, someone in the background is literally filming from the bench back there. Interesting. So this is our defendant. Well, yes, we're back. Yay! It's going to be underway. We're going to have a cross-examine, which I think will be brutal. This first witness has a bit of a record, a rough record. And I think the defense is going to really sort of rip her apart. And it might be hard to watch because she responds very slowly. She's not very quick about any of her actions here. So we'll see.
All right, so we have the defense ready, the state ready? I think I see Mr. Alanis walking in, but Mr. Davila, you're in
Everyone's
charge.
just wandering back in after lunch. I guess down in Texas they do things differently, Matthew. What's happening down there?
The state's ready, Your Honor. We just need the witnesses.
Yes, I know that. Do we hire somebody for tomorrow?
But they have someone here, no? Why are we doing that? They said they have someone here. We're just a matter of letting them know if we need one of the ones that they have here. We'll pay, but I mean, someone that's here.
I have my my True Crime Addict mug that I'm just going to fill up with water here. Nope, you can't even see me, can you? Now you can. Got my True Crime Addict mug that we're going to fill up, and I'm not going to spill it on my computer this time. This
rise for the jury.
this trial just seems very
For the
relaxed.
jury.
We've got the audio cranked up right now just because everything's happening sort of away from the microphones. But as soon as they walk up to a microphone, they're going to yell in our ear, and we're all going to go deaf. Yes, we like hot mics. We're all about hot mics here. I will find out. Hang on one second. I think it's 6 feet.
You may be seated. All right, Mr. Perez, now you may proceed.
Yes. Ms. Peña, I'm Joel Perez, and this is Raymond Fuchs, and we represent Juan David Ortiz. And I've previously met you because we had a hearing back on October the 3rd of 2019, correct?
Yes,
Do you recall that?
yeah,
Okay, and just to get a history, you stated your drug addiction started when you were 21?
Yeah, we thought we'd go back to the drug
Is that what
addiction.
you said?
yeah.
And how old are
KQD,
you now,
it's
ma'am?
8 foot,
31.
8.25 feet long.
And your child is 12
Yeah,
right now?
right now.
He's going to spend a lot of time on this
Back-
drug addiction,
And on
prostitution.
October the 3rd of
Her record's going to be the
2019,
focus of what
you were
happens.
in a rehab facility when you testified in court. Do you recall that?
Yes,
And, you know, that's what, maybe 4 years ago? And today, are you in a rehab facility again?
no, I'm not in the rehab.
Okay, but you said you're on methadone.
I take methadone.
Okay, is that medically prescribed?
Yeah, that's medically prescribed.
Okay. And if you were in rehab back in 19, why do you need methadone today?
Why do I need methadone today?
Yes.
Because I would have my downfalls.
Okay. So I gather that the rehab wasn't successful back in 2019.
I guess you can say
Okay.
that.
Yeah, they're
And
really going to pull her apart here.
the prosecutor was asking you about what you did for a living, and in essence, it's prostitution. Would
Yes.
that be accurate?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to offend you, ma'am. I
No,
just
it's
want to
okay.
make sure I get to the point.
Yeah.
And this prostitution, and if you remember the testimony from last time, it's basically to support your drug habit.
Yes.
Okay. And your drug habit, you call them your DOC, your drugs of choice,
DOC. Yeah.
is heroin
And
and
crack.
crack. You also do what's in the street called bars, which is Xanax.
Yes.
And that's not prescribed, right? That's stuff you buy on the street.
Yeah.
And you also smoke some marijuana.
Yeah, this is cross. They're going to
Not
focus on
oftenly,
this.
but yes.
Okay. And then back then you also testified that your child, you saw him maybe sometimes every 6 months, sometimes
Her.
every 3 months, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said even though it's your child, a relative is raising your child.
Yes.
Okay. And I would imagine that part of that reason is because you do drugs.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you say back on September the 14th of 2018 that you were scared because the murders had occurred, correct?
Yes.
But you weren't scared enough to stop prostituting because you were still out on the streets, right?
When?
Well, we know on September 14th,
Yeah.
2018, you claimed that you were with Mr. Ortiz.
Yes.
And according to your testimony, it was for prostitution.
Yes.
Okay. And we know because you've testified that you have a daily habit.
That I had a daily habit.
Yes, I'm not saying right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking either 2018, 2019, something like that.
Yeah.
And so your daily habit consisted of maybe sometimes up to $300 worth of heroin, black tar on top of that
Yeah.
per day, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And about $100 of crack cocaine.
Yes.
You would agree with me that that's a lot of drugs to use daily,
Yeah.
right? And just, I don't know if everybody knows, but the heroin is the kind where you get a spoon, you heat it up, you put it in a syringe, and then you inject.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, would it be fair to say then that you've been injecting yourself maybe for the last 10 years?
On and off.
On and off.
Yeah.
And the crack cocaine typically is smoked in a pipe.
Yeah, it's an upper.
You put in a pipe, and it's a glass pipe or something like that, and you from what I read, you use a lighter and then you smoke it, and it gets you high.
Yeah.
And you also testified that your modus operandi, if you will, in using drugs is you use crack in the morning or early to get you high, and then you use heroin in the afternoon to bring you down.
No, first heroin and then crack.
Okay. I thought you had testified the other way around, but regardless, you use both of them
Yeah.
daily, correct? Now, as compared to a guy that drinks every day or something like that, he's gonna be hungover and he's gonna be not feeling the greatest. I'm assuming that doing crack and heroin in those amounts is not the best thing for your body or your mental health.
Of course not. Yeah.
Okay. Now, back on September the 14th of 2018, you met, according to you and Mr. Ortiz, and you're the one that inquired about, had you heard about the murders of Melissa?
Yeah. When he picked me up.
But Ortiz didn't bring it up.
No, I brought it up.
Okay. And even though you were frightened at either at the
Not
murder,
at that time.
okay. At some point when you said he started acting differently, let's say, according to you, you claimed.
When we got
I'm
to
sorry?
his house. When we got to his house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the first time he had ever acted off.
Okay.
Other than that,
Yeah, this could
Very
backfire on the
normal.
defense
Okay.
because she's
But
been
at
so
that
open about
time,
her history.
You were still getting high regularly.
yeah, but to the point where I know what's going on. I was high, but I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, I assume every person that uses mind-altering drugs
Yeah.
claim that, right? A guy that
Yeah.
drinks a 12-pack, he's gonna go, hey, I know what's going on.
Yeah, I
He's
know
not-
what's
right?
going on. I'm alert. I'm still alert.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you were.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
was sarcastic.
Now,
I'm sure you were. She didn't
You
catch that,
testified that
but I'm sure the jury did.
you still shot up the heroin, though. That
At his house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were there between 6 and 9, and you said, you drove around for a while, drinking the beer, and then shooting the heroin.
I shot up the heroin when we got to his house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, and again, I'm not trying to be offensive.
No,
but
it's okay.
Are you high right now? Somewhat high?
No.
Are you on the?
Wow.
You're not here totally clear-headed, are you?
Yes, I am.
Are you under the effects of methadone?
Yes.
Okay.
I
and
take methadone.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I do.
And-
I'm on methadone.
Okay, and methadone in essence is a synthetic heroin, correct?
Methadone is just it's to block any triggers.
Well, no, what it is actually is a synthetic heroin that is utilized to avoid.
Being argumentative with her, she's not, and this is not relevant questioning, Your Honor. And he's being argumentative with her.
Let me address it this way. Ask a question because you're giving testimony instead of asking a question. You're explaining what that is. That you're not a witness on the stand, so
But
ask the
it's
question.
been asked and answered, Your Honor,
Okay.
that if she's
Re-
intoxicated
rephrase the
or
question.
drugs.
Okay. Are you aware that methadone is a synthetic heroin?
No, it's not a synthetic heroin.
Okay. Are you aware that it's utilized to
He's gonna get that same
regulate the effects
information
on the
in-
body
in the form of a
people
question.
that are hooked to heroin?
That have been on heroin throughout the years.
Yes.
It's to keep them sober.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
I know what methadone is.
Okay. And so, well, let me ask you this: what effect does it have on you, methadone, as opposed to
Nothing.
not taking it?
It's just to concentrate, just not to. It doesn't trigger me. It doesn't cross my mind to use.
Well, the idea is, and I'm asking you, is it to reduce the need to have to use heroin?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Alanis showed you a photo of Melissa, correct?
Correct.
And you said that previously in the testimony that Melissa also worked the streets.
Yes, correct.
And that she had problems with drugs, correct?
Correct.
And she did it to support her habit by selling her body, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then you were asked about Claudine, and you testified that she also had a problem with addiction,
Correct.
and that Claudine also worked the streets to support her habit.
Correct.
And you were asked about Janelle, and you testified that Janelle also had a drug addiction, correct?
Correct.
I like that yawn on
And
the
that,
stand. It's
Janelle
like-
worked the streets to support the drug habit.
Correct.
Okay.
Abby was here this morning, Debbie. I think she's all right. She's just probably sleeping right now. They're 6 or 8 hours ahead of us. So this guy is trying to make her look bad, but her openness in front of the jury, I think, won her points with
Now-
the jury.
When you asked, according to you, Mr. Ortiz, if he had seen the news about the murders, or that he had he heard about it, his response that he said he just saw it in the news. That was his
I
response.
mentioned it, and he said, "Hey, that he had found out through the news."
Okay.
Yeah.
And according to you, he starts acting differently or whatever, weird, according to you, and you testified that that you heard a voice. You actually heard a voice.
What I meant by that is my inner voice, my intuition.
Okay. I get that people have gut feelings. Okay.
Yeah.
But you testified, I heard a voice. And I asked you that said what? For me to get out fast. Okay, do you remember testifying
Yeah.
to that? Okay.
Okay, so the jury's not going to be like, oh, she's hearing voices. She's like, no. They can relate to that. They're like, if I'm in that situation, I hope I hear that inner voice where it says, hey, something's not right here. You've got to flee. I think he's not doing a good job portraying her as some druggie that hears voices in her head.
At some point,
Maybe he'll get better at doing
think
that,
this
but
is
so
me
far I think
questioning
she's
you.
doing great.
And you testified that you heard a voice. And just tell me if you recall saying this. Yes, I did. Question. And that this voice told you, get out of there. Or what did the voice tell you specifically?
Just to
Answer.
get out.
To get out of the house.
Just to get out. Yeah.
And I think I asked you, and did you hear the voice in English or in Spanish? Did you
In-
hear the voice in English and Spanish?
It's.
Excuse me, ma'am. Your answer was Spanish. Do you remember testifying to that?
It's not a remember if I said English or Spanish, but
Okay. And then you were asked, question, was it a female Spanish voice or a male
yeah, I
voice?
said
And you testified it was a male
Yeah,
voice.
my ex that passed away.
Okay.
Kind of like him telling me.
Uh-huh. So that's different than a gut feeling. So you're hearing a male voice in Spanish.
Not like hearing a voice, but like kind of him
Ma'am,
telling me.
if you might let me finish asking the question.
She could be allowed to answer. She
Well,
was just
if I
going to
can finish
answer,
the question,
and
Your
you
Honor.
didn't like the response.
No, it's not
She's
that. I was
gonna
still
answer.
answering the question.
when
I was
it's
asking the
getting
question.
fiery.
You're making it sound like you want
One second.
Miss,
One second,
don't
ma'am.
answer the
Ma'am.
question.
Ma'am.
She's unresponsive,
Sure.
Your Honor.
If I'm instructing her, you need to also wait.
Okay,
I mean,
that's fine.
You want me to give an instruction or not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wait until he asks the question, until he completes asking the question, and then you can answer the question. And if it's non-responsive, you need to object instead of interrupting the witness, please. Go ahead and re-ask your question, sir. Thank you.
Okay. My question is, did you not testify that you heard a male voice in Spanish? And you
Yes,
said,
I
"Here,"
did.
to get out of there.
Yes, I
Okay.
did. But it's not like a crazy
Non-responsive,
voice.
Your Honor. I'm going to object to
Okay,
non-responsive.
wait for the next question, ma'am.
On redirect, she's going to be able to answer that, and it's frustrating for her now during cross that she can't finish that explanation because he's making it sound like something it's not.
And
But that's what redirect is for.
when you claim you went to the trooper, you were high, right? When you went to the trooper on
Yes, I
September the
was.
14th, 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the jury is relating to her, not looking at her as some weirdo psycho person. So far, I don't think they've really scored any points to discredit her in the jury's mind, in my opinion. As a juror in the court of public opinion, that's how I feel. We're not supposed to be able to hear that.
Can I get this go along the lines with what you said that, if I may, doing heroin and crack in those amounts aren't the best thing for the body or the mind, and you agreed with that, correct?
Yes, I agree, of
Okay.
course.
Now, on September the 14th, 2018, when you testified today, and you were very graphic about it upon the questions of Mr. Alanis, and you said that you were demonstrating for him, I'm just trying to refresh your memory, and you said that according to you, Mr. Alanis pointed the gun to your face, correct? And you put the gun to your face.
That Ortiz had pointed the gun.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
And you remember that as clear as day.
Of course.
Yes, because I guess not too many of us get a gun pointed at our face.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're as sure of that today as you are of any of your other testimony,
Of course, it's unforgettable.
because you're testifying under oath, right?
I'm here to say the
Okay.
truth and
He's setting her up
nothing
here.
but the truth.
Okay, and that's something that's very memorable. You just said that. Now,
Yeah.
back on
So now he's
October
going
the 3rd
to
of
point to when
2019,
she maybe
you
lied
were
under
also
oath.
under
or-
oath before this judge to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, correct?
Correct.
And if I were to tell you that you were asked, and where did he point it to you? You said, right here. Where? To your chest. Answer, yes. You're pointing to your chest. Yes. Do you recall testifying to that, ma'am?
No,
Well, are you lying today or were you lying then?
never.
That was the gotcha moment. How far is he going to push this?
If I may just make some real quick review, Your Honor.
Ed, I believe that people are entitled to a vigorous defense. I believe that the process should be followed properly. Because it's better that a guilty man goes free than an innocent man goes to prison. That's my standpoint.
I'm going to show you an official copy of a transcript dated the 3rd day of October 2019 in this cost number of the state of Texas versus Juan David Ortiz. And it's certified by a certified court reporter wherein he swears that this is accurate.
He's probably going to have her read out the lie.
Wherein it certifies that this is an accurate reporting of the proceedings on that date.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm just going to show you the transcript where you were asked, and can you read that for me, just this part right here?
Where did he point it to? Right here, right to your chest. It's just same thing.
Ma'am, I'm just asking you. Can you read it and see what you said?
To your chest, yes.
And-
You're pointing to your chest, yes.
Okay, that's all I needed to.
Okay.
So it could be that the distance between the gun and her body was greater than she was showing. But that's a small difference. I mean, where the gun was pointed, not sure. What does our jury think about here? Who cares where it was pointed? It was pointed at her, period. Right. Would low IQ disqualify a witness? The jury gets to decide the credibility of any witness. If they're sworn in on the stand, they get to determine that. Katrina, he may have done it more than once, or he may have moved where he was pointed at. 100% true. Both could be accurate. Yeah, they were kill shots,
You
right?
also testified that you've never engaged in violence, because you said criminal trespass and the like, but not violence. Is that what you testified to?
No.
I'm gonna object, that's a mischaracterization. She answered that she had been arrested for violence. I had asked her that question.
You
Yeah,
want to rephrase the question?
Well, have you ever been convicted for criminal acts of violence?
Violence.
Well, let me ask
I
you
had
this.
probation for aggravated assault.
Would you think that that's a violent offense? Or you think it's a peaceful offense?
It was not physical. It was something I said.
Okay. Aggravated assault for something you said.
Aggravated assault for something I said. Yeah.
Okay. And is this the assault on a peace officer? On a
No.
policeman?
This was a family violence.
Okay. But on April the 30th of 2019, do you not have one for assault on a peace officer?
I don't recall.
She has a long record.
So you're telling me that you've been arrested and you don't recall what charges you've been arrested for?
I've been in and out, but that I had a warrant for what?
Assault on a peace officer?
No.
Do you know what a peace officer is? A cop.
A cop, yes.
And so
No.
according to this, you assaulted a police officer on April the 30th of 2019. Do you have any recollection of that?
I don't recall.
Because you were high?
Maybe. Probably. I don't recall.
Because it affects, the drugs affect your memory, your ability to remember things accurately. Maybe that's why.
The man asking the questions is the defense lawyer.
A little bit. I don't recall that.
The woman on the stand
It's been a long time.
was the one who got away from the accused killer.
2019 is after 2018. You realize that, right?
Well, I don't recall. A lot of things have happened. It's a lot to take in.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
You say it's a lot to take in. What after this happened to you?
Yeah.
How did it affect you?
I got diagnosed with PTSD, severe anxiety, and depression.
Did you feel your life was threatened?
I'm going to object to the leading, Your Honor, and not relevant, Your Honor.
Rephrase.
Couple of things. You started to explain about the voice.
Yeah.
I'd like for you to explain. Let me ask you this. Was the voice an audible voice like my voice is now?
No.
Did you hear the voice from the sky?
No.
Did you hear the
I'm
voice?
going to object to leading, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Like an inner voice, like a gut feeling, just like
And you also mentioned it was a male's inner,
Yeah.
a male's voice. Tell the jury about that.
kind of
What-
like
what
my
do you mean?
intuition, because me and him lasted for a very long time.
Who is
And
him? Who
my
is-
ex that passed away. I remember mentioning him that night, and I just had an intuition of him saying, "Get out."
So the inner voice that you tried to explain to Mr. Perez is your ex who passed away
Yeah,
that told you, Erica, get out.
just yeah. Not like a loud voice, like an
Non-responsive, Your Honor.
inner voice.
Your inner
Wait,
voice.
Yeah, a gut feeling, just an image. It's
Wait for the next question.
And you listened to your inner voice.
I listen to my inner voice, to my gut feeling.
What other signs did you have that when you say he's acting weird? Can you give us any examples when you say he's acting weird?
I've been saying it over and over. He was just not himself that day, very nervous.
At the time that he picked you up, did the topic come up about
I brought it up when we were by Clark, and the only thing he said was, "What's the word? What are they saying?" And that's about it. Nothing else.
what's the word?
Yeah.
What's the word on the
I
street?
told him that they had been picking up people to
Your Honor.
investigate.
Oh, hold on. You said he asked you what's the word.
Yeah.
When you say that, what did you take it to mean? When he asked you what's
Like,
the word?
what's going on?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you respond to that?
I just said that they were picking people up.
Who was picking people up?
Investigators. Everyone knew. Everyone
Up
that-
until this time, and wait for my question. Up until this time, September the 14th, did you have knowledge of some of the girls on the boulevard being picked up by investigators?
Yes.
Okay. Had you been picked up for
No,
questioning?
I had not been picked up.
Okay. Were you ever asked by Ortiz if you had been picked up?
No.
And you've also testified that, and this came up. How long have you been taking methadone?
Right now,
Yes.
like 8 months,
Okay.
6 months.
Have you relapsed during the time that you've been taking methadone?
No.
How long have you been sober?
I have been sober since January.
Okay. Are you currently working?
No, I was working.
What were you doing?
I was a housekeeper in Hotel Marriott Residence Inn.
Okay. And how are you maintaining your living at this point in time?
I have housing, and I'm seeing someone that's helping me.
Okay. So are you doing better today since 2018 when this happened?
Yeah. In the beginning, it was
Object non-responsive.
Wait, wait for the next question.
If
He
you can
really doesn't
explain
want-
the difference between where you're at now in your life and when it happened.
And if
And-
there's relevance, Your Honor.
Wait 1 second. Sustained at this point.
Okay, it's irrelevant. She's brutally honest. She has nothing to lose, everything to gain. Kelly, it sounds like she's making a change in her life, which is awesome. Unfortunately,
about
she
the
went through
gun.
some
And Mr.
some
Perez
hell
asked.
to get to this point.
Were you lying on October the 3rd of 2019 at that hearing?
no.
You started to explain, and I'd like for you to explain to the jury what you meant when the gun was being pointed at you.
Yeah.
Was go ahead.
What did I mean? He just pulled it out and didn't say anything. Just right in front of me.
At your person. At you.
Yes.
At you,
at
Erica
me.
Pena.
Yes.
Okay.
And as soon as he did that, I opened the door. Some way, somehow, I was able to get off my shirt. And I run to the store.
And we've been through
Responsive
that.
narrative, Your Honor.
We've been through that.
Yeah.
But when he's pointing the gun at you, at
Yeah.
your person, at your head, your face, your body, your chest, wherever he's pointing it at, you said it was with his left hand, correct?
Yeah.
And he's holding your blouse with the right.
Yes.
What are your feelings at that moment?
Scared
Yes, they were all
Scared?
shot.
Scared for your
for my
life?
life.
No further questions.
Any further cross, sir?
They allow 2 bites of the apple with the cross. How does that work, Matthew? Is that normal?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, you may step down. You refuse?
Yes.
Okay, so I think she's done. I don't think they can recall her at this point.
Your Honor. The state would request that if Ms. Peña can be released from the rule.
Let's see.
Any objection?
Yeah, we're not too sure about that, Your Honor. We might usually.
Oh, she
You might
might
be
be
calling
back.
her as a
Yes.
witness again.
We might, be depending on whatever evidence is developed, Your Honor, we may want to continue cross-examination of her. We're not excusing her.
Well, this is your opportunity to cross-examine her, but if you're saying you may
Well-
call her and you're
We don't know
Judge,
what,
May we approach just briefly?
sure.
So there's probably something that might come up that she has some sort of input on. It hasn't come up yet, but if the state's able to bring it in, they might want to have her. Let's see. Matthew Harris says, recover addict. Yes, we can go back and forth all day with cross and redirect. However, we're supposed to keep the questions within the scope of cross and redirect. Okay, so it's gonna be narrower and narrower, basically, unless more comes out. I see how that works. So you don't just get one shot at it and then done. But here the judge is really trying to push him, it sounds like, to say, hey, if you've got questions, ask him now. Yeah, we'll see how that works.
So, Ms. Peña, is she still in the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. You're still under the rules, so you need to remain waiting outside of the courtroom, and you're not allowed to watch the case or any news
Okay,
accounts.
so she can't sit there.
She's been given that instruction earlier.
Okay, so for the duration of this trial, until she gets called up again and then
Trooper
excused,
Francisco Hernandez.
she has to be waiting, just waiting outside.
Trooper Francisco Hernandez.
That's
Is he
rough.
one of the witnesses sworn in?
She did a great job.
Yes, he was.
I hope she has a good support system, Edward. Support systems are key at times like this, and it sounds like she has somebody that's helping her. So hopefully that's in place. Interesting gestures there. We've actually got 2 camera angles available. I'm just trying to pull them both in here. Camera sync-wise, they'll be off a little bit, so hold on just 1 second. There we go.
You're under the same oath you took this morning? Yes. You can take the stand, please. Thank you.
Felony, is your mic on?
Is this the same footage, just a different angle?
Yes, ma'am. I just need to put it on.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so we've got 2 different angles here, but we'll take this one right here. I'll keep an eye on that second one. Matthew Harris, thank you for
My
that.
name
Let's
is
pin
Isidro
this one.
Lanis. I'm the district attorney for Webb and Zapata counties. Could you please state your name for the record?
Yes, it's Francisco Javier Hernandez, sir.
And how are you currently employed?
I'm employed with the Texas Department of Public Safety as a state trooper.
I believe this
How
was the guy
long
who
have you been a state trooper?
I've
who
been
the previous witness
about
ran
17
to.
years, sir.
Okay. Are
He's
you
a
a certified
DPS.
peace officer in the state of Texas?
Yes, sir.
Please tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what your duties are as a state trooper.
As a state trooper, part of my duties is to protect and enforce the traffic law and criminal laws in the state of Texas and preserve the peace to the citizens of the state of Texas.
Thank you, sir. Now, I want to direct your attention to the night of September the 14th of 2018. Were you on duty that night, sir?
Yes, sir.
Were you in uniform?
Yes, sir.
Can you, were you in a marked DPS unit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please tell us take us back to that
I
night.
like that, Sandra.
In the evening,
I'm going to write that
shortly
down.
before 9 p.m. What were you doing?
So on that day, on that night, I was at the gas station at the intersection of Loop 20 and McPherson Road. I can't recall if I had just finished gassing up the patrol unit or I was about to. When all of a sudden, there was a lady approaching me from the backside, west side of the Stripes or Circle K towards my direction. And as soon as I noticed that, I heard her yelling for help. I immediately noticed that she
He sounds
was
nervous.
in shock. Her breathing was kind of rapid, like hyperventilating. I also noticed that she was scared at that time. And she explained to me that she had just gotten away from a gentleman that pointed a gun at her. And at that time, I assured her that she was in safe hands, and I was gonna try my best to analyze the situation, what was at hand. And she told me she had been assaulted, and then I took proper action after that.
Do you recall what she was wearing?
She was only with a bra. She was running towards me, just covering her chest, and just some white pants, I believe.
Her emotional state, can you describe that?
She was scared. I could sense right away that she was scared and fearing for her life.
Was she in an excited state?
Thank you, Stephen.
She
Appreciate
was
that.
In an alert state?
She was in alert. She she was real concerned with the assailant that attacked her, I guess, and trying to see if that person was still around. I assured her that she was in good hands, and I was going to keep an eye out for her assailant while she was there with me.
So the guy was still there. He said he'd keep an eye on the assailant
Did
while
she
she was
give
there.
you a name of the assailant at that time, if you
At-
recall?
Yes, after she explaining to me how she got away, she told me the name of the person that attacked her was by the name of David.
Just the name David.
Yes.
And
Yes,
when you
sir.
say attacked her, what description of the attack did she say?
That she was trying to, I guess, if I remember correctly,
Your Honor, I'm going to object to hearsay at this time.
Honor, she's already stated she was in an alert and excited state. This is an excited utterance that she made to him.
Well, Your Honor, it's not clear where along the conversation it is. Is she in the patrol car now? Things are calm, or what?
This, I can rephrase.
Go ahead.
This, these statements being made to you by her, where are they taking place?
okay, so I would say the very first couple of seconds or minutes I can recall, it was outside of the patrol car,
Okay.
and then because of her safety, I put her in the back seat of my driver's side door,
Okay.
and I sat at her there.
So is she sitting facing you in the back seat, or is she?
She's facing me while I'm outside of the patrol unit.
The door opened or closed?
The door in the back is open, yes.
So the door's open. She's seated in the back seat facing you.
Correct.
She's scared,
Yes, sir.
and she's telling you what just happened to her.
Yes, sir.
And she used the word she escaped.
She escaped, yes, sir.
And she used the word that she was scared,
That she was scared for her life, yes.
afraid for her life,
Yes.
and that she knew the assailant.
Yes, sir.
And did she tell you when this happened?
YouTube takes
Yes.
30%.
That same couple of seconds or minutes just before approaching me.
So arguably
So it literally
PayPal
happened
gets
just
more
seconds
if you're trying to
before
get
she ran
something
to
to
you.
me.
Yes, sir.
But either one's appreciated. Thank you very much. Not necessary, but very much appreciated.
On the night in question, did you have a body camera?
Yes, sir.
At any time, were you able to record the encounter between you and Erica?
Yes, sir.
So we've got body camera footage as well.
So now I want to ask you these series of questions regarding the recordings.
Yes, sir.
Were you aware of the gas station, the Stripes or Circle K as you call it having surveillance cameras as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you have an opportunity after?
Let me
this
find it,
incident
Ferry. It's in
to
my
review the video.
it's in my
footage
link tree, but let me find it
of
for you if you want.
The store.
No, sir.
Did you have the opportunity to view the video footage from your body camera?
From my body
Michelle,
camera.
yes,
Yes,
9-hour video.
Okay.
I don't believe it's been released yet, but possibly, maybe I just haven't seen it.
May I approach her?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 13
And ask you if you've had the opportunity to view the contents on this CD.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're familiar with it because you were operating the body camera?
Body camera and this says there body camera.
Hey, Ferry,
yes, sir.
that's
That
my
body
link tree
camera
link to
video was
PayPal.
preserved,
Yes, sir.
okay, and was submitted and kept,
Yes, sir.
okay.
My question is, he said he was going to keep an eye on the assailant. And obviously, he's got the victim he has to protect a little bit. But did the guy Did Ortiz just sit there in the truck? I mean, were there just like a little standoff there or what?
DPS Trooper Hernandez, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, my name is Joel Perez and I represent Mr. Ortiz. Now, here we have a DVD, March States Exhibit number 13 that you've identified,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Got
And
monetized
I know
this
it's a
morning,
copy,
Ashley.
Apparently, of
Super
this
excited.
body cam thing, but this particular exhibit, this one, have you inserted into a DVD player and viewed it before testifying here today?
Steve.
That one in particular, no, sir.
Okay, I submit that he's not qualified and it's not admissible at this point in time, Your Honor.
What?
We don't know what's on this one, Your Honor, from his personal knowledge. He lacks personal knowledge on this exhibit.
Judge is like, well, let me stick it in the computer real quick.
If I can continue my line of questioning.
Well, Your Honor, as for that, we'd ask that.
Hold on. Arguments like this before the jury.
Well, you want to approach?
Yeah, sure, Judge, if we can.
Okay, so he didn't make that copy. Is that what I heard? I'll keep an eye out for him. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought it said keep an eye on, but I've never seen this. This is the body camera footage, and maybe this is why he's going for this jury trial. Maybe there's just some sloppy work in the police department that the records weren't kept appropriately. And here we've got a copy of the body camera footage, which, you know, is a simple watch of the body camera footage. He'd be able to say that's what it is. But because he doesn't know what's on this DVD or the CD, they're saying it's not admissible. At least that's the argument from the defense, which is a smart tactic. It's a clever objection. Right, Matthew. He's going to look dumb for it, but it was clever at least. I don't know. Unless it works. It's not dumb if it works, right? That is crazy. Defense courtroom chatter, another mugger merch. You know, I'm trying not to make this channel all about money. I love what we do here. I love what it was before then. I can't keep doing it without there being some money involved. So I appreciate any donations, but I don't want it to be about that. So I just want to be here and have fun and discuss court cases with you guys. But this is amazing. Let's see. Shouldn't the body cam intro footage come from the state? They did.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're going to take up a legal matter, so I'm going to excuse you for a few minutes and just remind you not to discuss the facts of the case. Mr. Medina?
The defense basically objected to the submission of this evidence, which is, I don't know. I think they're going to get through it. It seems bizarre that they wouldn't have a way of getting this in, but wow. Right, it's this particular CD. I mean, he's definitely probably seen this body camera footage before and can vouch and say, yes, this is, that's my body camera. I mean, it doesn't take much for him to be able to verify. It's like, yes, that's my car. Yes, that's the gas station I was at. The timestamp is correct. You know, that's the person who was running towards me.
Lenise, you want to continue with the questioning of the witness?
He can't verify it because he didn't make the copy.
13?
Little miss.
I mean, just watch it.
Yeah.
Should I just play it from here, Your Honor?
Yes, we're going to go ahead and, Trooper Hernandez, we're going to play the videos from that night, and we'd like for you to authenticate, if you will, if these in fact are the same videos that
Look at the defense
was
lawyers
on your
to the
person,
back. He's like, oh,
and
man,
if the
come on.
video from the store is
Always
the
yawning.
store that you were at. And if the person at the store is you.
Ferry,
being
thank you so
recorded.
much. Appreciate you being here. You
comes out in
make
the
this place
recording at the
a
store,
great
Your Honor.
channel. So thank you so much.
The exhibit that you're referring to is?
Right now, we will be referring to State's Exhibit 13, which is his body cam video. Yes. Then we will also show him
we'll get
State's
past this. The
Exhibit
jury will
14,
see this
which
video
is
for
the
sure.
video from the store in which he is recorded at the store.
All right.
The defense was basically saying that the officer,
Yes,
the trooper. Oh, here we go. Let me take this down so we can watch this in full. Suspect's coming running up, talking to the trooper.
Vente para acá, este lado nomás. Ponte aquí nomás, deja hablarle. Ok, nomás ponte de este lado, please. Es que tengo que agarrar algo de ahí. Ponte aquí nomás, real quick. Ahorita te ayudo. Just tranquila. Ponte aquí, mira. Let me just get something from you.
No me vaya a ver.
No, no lo voy a ver, no lo estoy viendo.
Me asusté bastante.
Might need a translator.
¿Y dónde está el muchacho?
Trae una troca blanca.
¿Ya se fue?
Sí. Ay, me asusté bastante, sir. Sir.
Okay, just...
She literally
just
had
hold
to
on,
pull
okay?
out of his grasp and lost her blouse in the process as she was escaping from the truck. He had the gun in one hand and her shirt in the other. She was able to tear free and run to the lights, run to the officer who's calling in now.
Me quiero sentar.
¿Quieres file un report?
Tengo miedo que me vaya a ver. Me quiero sentar, sir.
Hey, this is on 3215. Can you send PD to my 20? I'm right here at the Circle K on McPherson and in Loop 20. It's in reference to an assault on a female.
I've got to put some together.
You know which one, right? The Valero, right here at the intersection of Loop 20 and McPherson, like going towards the Border Patrol station. Okay, let me. Yeah, I'm waiting here with the female. All right, thanks.
Tengo miedo, me puedo sentar ahí, sir.
Espérate. Oye, entonces, nomás tengo que saber algo. Entonces, ¿tú te subiste a la troca de un muchacho?
Yo me subí, sí. Él ofreció comprarme cigarros y compró unas beers. Y dijo, ¿vas a dar la vuelta conmigo? Y yo le dije que sí, sir. Nomás que yo nunca me voy lejos. So I noticed de que él estaba manejando muy para acá. Y le dije...
¿Y dónde estaba el muchacho de este
se
side?
parqueó ahí.
Ahí donde está la troca es esta y el carro.
Allá, está el trailer. Ay, sir, me quiero sentar.
So,
Other side of the
cuando yo
trailer,
estaba aquí, ¿estabas adentro de la
behind
troca?
the store.
Sí, me vine corriendo, me sacó la pistola y me quería subir y yo empecé a gritar, help me, help me.
So, cuando te
That part's
bajaste de la
English.
troca, ¿gritaste?
Sí, sir.
Okay. ¿Y no te acuerdas,
Hay una Dodge blanca, vive por aquí.
sabes dónde vive?
Sí, sí, si me llevo ahorita más o menos sí puedo dar.
The
sir.
Dodge
¿Y
Ram.
por qué te subiste con él? ¿No? Porque ibas a ir a...
Porque me dijo que si quería unos cigarros.
Ajá.
Y yo le dije que sí y él nomás me dijo, ven a dar la vuelta conmigo un rato y te llevo.
Esa
para-
Dodge Ram que está aquí, ¿no es esa?
A ver, sí.
¿Esa no es?
Yo traía una pistola, nomás que...
Are you sure he's not maybe standing around? Maybe a lo mejor está a la vuelta.
Una troca blanca, sir. Mire, y luego I started getting very sick, sir.
Ajá.
I started getting very sick.
Now she's
Y
she's felt
dijo,
nauseous
le
when she
digo
knew
yo,
something was going wrong.
because I haven't
before.
eaten all day.
Yeah.
Y digo, do you want a burger? Y le digo yo quería que él manejara para allá por la San Bernardo.
Ajá.
Y le digo yo, sí, pero dale para allá por mi barrio. Dijo, I'm gonna stop real aquí. They sell these really good
So you know who
burgers.
he is?
His name is David.
You only know him as David, or
Yeah. It's your miedo, sir.
just relax?
Tiene una troca.
Déjame nomás cerrarle aquí, please. Ven, ponte ahí nomás ahí.
Estoy aquí, sir.
No, pues ya te miró,
Pistola.
because if you're coming this way,
Yes, he
then
has a gun, sir.
well, no, don't worry about it. You're safe right now.
My mom lives.
Yeah, but you're safe right now. Está bien, don't worry. Ahorita,
Y
mira,
luego espérese.
relax, just relax.
We were talking about de las muchachas que acaba de fallecer.
Ajá.
And he got very nervous. And he started acting weird and my stomach started to hurt. Literally, I vomit. Y le digo yo, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. And then all of a sudden he's like,
Así que just ponte aquí nomás, just nomás quédate así.
y luego all of a sudden me dice, I feel weird. Dice, I feel very stressed.
Pero te asaltó él. Cuando te quitó la camisa?
Cuando me quitó la camisa, yo me zafé de la camisa para salirme por
So
la
he was
troca.
trying to grab you?
He was trying to grab me y subirme para subirme me sacó, dijo, güey, se partió allá en un ladito.
Espérate, nomás siéntate así, nomás es que tengo cosas.
Allá en un ladito y me dice, porque he knew that I didn't want to go far.
Yeah.
Y luego, he parked right here,
Ajá.
and he was like, wait, y le digo yo, what are you doing? I'm just fixing my pants. Y de repente saca la pistola, sir, y yo abrí la puerta, help, sir, tengo mucho miedo.
Ahí va, don't worry. So, ¿por qué no viniste?
Okay, so that just switched on me. Let's see.
Cuando viniste, ¿por qué no me dijiste se acaba de ir un muchacho o algo?
No, porque vengo corriendo desde allá.
So,
Sure,
él
why
estaba
did
en la
that?
calle.
Él estaba en la troca,
Pero,
manejando.
sí, no, yo sé, pero ¿dónde estaba la troca? ¿En la calle o aquí en el parking lot?
En la calle.
Ah, ok.
En la calle, sir. Y yo le dije, el señor tiene una blusa. Y luego el señor dice, allá está la policía, ve. So I'm very scared.
Don't worry, you're.
Afraid, sir.
So, ¿conoce
Okay,
tu
so-
familia o qué?
No sabe dónde vivo.
She's definitely exhibiting
And how
some
does
signs
he-
of being high.
So you knew this guy before?
Yes, mire,
So the
el
officer
vato anda en la
is
samba.
probably trying to determine
Y
if
varias
she's
veces
just
me ha levantado.
if this is an actual event or if she really experienced, it's just it only happened in her head type thing. That's what
Yo
he's
no lo
probably
había
going through.
visto y hace ratito lo vi.
Okay.
Y él me dijo, ¿quieres unos cigarros y una beer? Acompáñame a dar la vuelta. Pero él empezó a manejar para acá y para acá y yo no me dio miedo. Yo le dije que yo no vengo hasta acá. So, he knew that I wanted to get off. Y él me dice, déjame llevarte aquí para comprarte un lunch y te llevo para atrás y te dejo.
Ajá.
And, me dice, déjame comprarte un lonche y luego te llevo para atrás. Dice, she's closer.
Okay,
El
bueno,
vato trae una Dodge blanca.
don't worry, ahorita,
We started talking about las muchachas que acaban de fallecer.
las que las bombearon allá.
Me dice la otra, I got very weird.
Okay.
Cigarros, cómpreme un black and mild de $1.
I don't have cigarettes, so I don't
Cómpreme un
smoke.
black and mild de $1, por favor.
Cigarettes are bad for you.
76 cents, please.
No, cigarettes are bad for you right now.
Me quiero tranquilizar, sir.
Mira, just hold on
Y
ahorita.
luego le dije yo, préstame tu teléfono. Es que de repente me dio un feeling, sir, de algo de él. Y le digo yo, he noticed me that I got scared. Y le digo yo, préstame el teléfono para hablarle a mi mamá, para decirle que estoy bien. Y luego me dice, wait, I'll let you use the phone right now.
Arik,
And,
you went to
préstame
default
tu
subscriber.
teléfono. Ya nos subimos a la troca.
It's a big name change.
Y
Welcome back.
le digo, préstame el teléfono. Y nunca me lo quiso prestar, sir.
Oh, don't worry, mira,
He
ahorita.
started cruising, que quería que viniera con él a dar la vuelta, a comprar unos cigarros y la cerveza. Y pasó por su casa, vive por aquí.
I wonder if
No
his
sé muy
truck
bien.
is
Yo nomás sé
seen in
que
the background
es
in this video at all.
CHAOS, algo así, sand, algo por ahí. sir.
Okay. Well, mira, le hablé a Piri para que Piri me
CHAOS,
ayudara aquí,
chaos.
okay? Because Piri tiene más resources aquí para poder ir a buscar al muchacho and pues to help you out, okay? So, ahorita nomás
Se
se
va a
llega Piri.
esconder, que no se va a ir para allá por su casa.
Well, I mean, if you already have a description del muchacho, de la
Sí,
troca, más o
güero,
menos dónde
alto,
van,
es güero,
then
alto,
it shouldn't
and he
be.
works. Trabaja,
Okay.
pero no sé en
But
qué.
I'm
Traía
saying-
una long beige shirt, botas.
You just got a weird feeling this time.
Yes, sir. I even started to vomit. Sir.
Está bueno, pues let me just check something.
Ay, sí, quiero un cigarro.
I don't have any.
Sir, imagínese cuando me sacó la pistola, sir, que yo abrí la puerta, he wanted me to get in y que me quedara callada. Sí, gracias a Dios.
Oh, no, this is prosecution evidence.
Or what's the status on Piri?
They haven't got to that
Let me-
part yet in the trial. He
No, don't worry, ya deben de llegar ahorita. So,
he escapes
ya con eso,
and
pues el
runs
description
to
que me
a
diste, y el
parking lot garage. But we'll find out later. Hold tight, you're spoiling it, Michelle.
Well, then you gotta do something before he does, you know? Pues report him.
Pues I am.
Okay, and that's good. That's why ahorita va a venir PD. We're gonna do a police report, and you have the description that muchacho y todo. Just relax, though. Just relax. Take deep breaths, so take deep breaths. Just take deep breaths, so okay. Just take deep breaths.
De repente cuando sacó la pistola, no sé,
Take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath.
él quería, me ofreció dinero, sir. He offered money.
Okay.
Y de primero yo le dije que sí.
Okay.
Pero when we went in his house, y llegó a su casa,
Yeah.
Casa, house.
my body, I started feeling very sick. I started shaking. Me dio miedo.
Okay.
Miedo me dio. So yo invento. Le digo, vamos para la troca porque se me quedó algo ahí. Y ya que nos salimos, le digo yo, ya no voy a entrar. Ya no puedo entrar. Me empecé a sentir bien mal allá adentro. So está bueno, agarró las llaves, la wallet, nos subimos y fue cuando empezó a manejar para acá. Pero ay, gracias a Dios que no me quedé un minuto más.
So I believe he's already called for a police officer. He's with DPS, Department of Public Safety. That's my understanding.
Yeah. Oye, ¿tienes aquí golpes o qué? Y ahorita...
ahorita ya vio que estoy aquí.
Oh, bueno, don't worry, you're safe with me. You're safe with me, don't worry. But that's why you're going to make a police report, ¿me entiendes? So you're safe with me.
I think she just told him that she was on heroin, that she's used heroin today.
We're just trying to see, maybe he's circling around o algo, como dices tú. And I'm watching.
Una troca blanca, una Dodge, una troca blanca. Las ventanas no están tan oscuras.
Yeah. So I'm keeping an eye, no te preocupes. Let's just wait for PD real quick, okay?
And he may not have anything.
Just relax. ¿Ya te sientes mejor? A little bit? Just keep taking deep breaths.
Él me quería llevar para allá. Más que yo no. Lo dejé.
Okay. Yeah. Well, don't worry. Oh, está bien. You don't need an ambulance?
No.
The ambulance, no? You're okay. Nomás ese el susto que te sacó la pistola and that you might be fearing for your life. Okay.
He's keeping an eye on all the vehicles back and forth. He's on alert right now.
David.
Okay, hold on. Hello? Go ahead. Okay, no worries. Don't let somebody respond. I can stand by here. Okay, hold on. ¿Cómo te llamas? Erica, ¿qué? Salma Peña. Let me give you the 27.
Just a coincidence that her name is Erica as well.
Erica Peña.
¿Y tu date of birth?
11/23/91.
Erica Peña, 11/23/91. Yeah, Erica Peña. No. She doesn't need any medical help. She just wants to file an assault report.
Right. This might not be his expertise. He just happens to wear a uniform for work. Which would probably explain why he's nervous testifying in court, because that's not his regular duties.
They just, I gotta advise them when they get here. Just relax, relax. You gotta take a deep breath. Ahorita, just wait. I can't go. Tiene que ir PD primero, then I'll get you something. But tiene que venir PD primero, okay? Well, let's just take that first, okay? Let's just take that first step, okay? You're a cigarette smoker, okay?
Yes.
A lot?
I smoke.
How much
So
do you smoke?
I smoke a lot.
This is being played outside the presence of the jury for admissibility reasons. Let's see if the judge is going to allow this in or how they're going to get it in.
Okay, well, just hold on. All right, don't worry. But you're okay with that? Okay.
Ginger, this is a DPS officer, is my understanding. It's the man who was testifying on the stand just a little bit ago. And yes, the Golden Mom, this is the girl who first
he's
testified.
Like a friend of yours.
She's the one who got away.
I've seen him 4 or 5 times. I'm not gonna lie. 4 o 5 veces lo he visto y él me daba dinero. ¿Verdad? Pero yo no lo había visto. Yo no lo había visto, sino que hoy en la tarde lo vi. Y pues he knew Melissa, right? The girl that killed Melissa Ramirez, and we started talking about her. What happened, and he got very weird all of a sudden.
That footage, whatever that website was just shown on the feed in court, and that might be a problem.
A bad vibe.
Horrible vibes.
And
that's bizarre.
So that's when the empezaron a hablar. That's when he got really like. Did he get angry?
He got like nervous and scared.
Okay.
Y le digo yo, are you okay? Are you okay? Y me dice, yeah. Dice, but let's talk about you. Dice, why did you get? Dice, why did you all of a sudden got scared? Why are you scared of me? I started getting scared, sir. Y él vio que yo empecé casi hasta temblar.
Yeah, her story is matched up as far as we can tell from our translators. But that little break where the video cuts to some website.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does he
man.
live by himself?
It's a big house, sir. I know he just got separated and la casa estaba sola. Y pues está solo, sir.
Okay.
He's alone.
Basically, how that happens is somebody's recording like a screen capture on a computer. And instead of just let it play all the way through, someone like opened the internet midway through the recording and then closed it.
Go in his room?
And that was recorded now, preserved into evidence.
Oh, I
but
see what you
it
mean.
causes an interruption in the video.
Yeah, I understand.
And the question is, what happened during the interruption? Why was that there? Was it intentional or not?
Okay.
Hey, Lori, welcome. Good to have you here.
Agarró su cartera y dijo, vámonos, está bueno. And me quería
Cyber Monday, man.
llevar para
A
allá.
deal is a deal.
Se iba a parquear aquí.
Gotta grab them while they're there.
Y me dice, hold on. Y saca la pistola.
What color was the gun? Black? Gray? Black?
Soy black.
Okay.
Right, that's a good
¿Se la
thing.
apuntó
The audio
o
was
no?
continuous.
¿Se la apuntó?
Sí me la apuntó así, sir.
Okay.
Aquí. Me la apuntó así. He's tall, güero. Traía unas botas como de
¿Ojos de
trabajo.
color?
Las botas son café. Traía unos pantalones así como este color, un poquito claritos. Y traía una camisa beige
Okay.
de manga larga.
All right. ¿Y andaba solo, no andaba con alguien más?
No, él andaba solo. Él andaba solo, sí. Y luego
Something about he's on his own.
empezó a decir que he was scared, que porque he was one of the guys that saw Melissa last,
Really?
and I don't know what. Y destrució sin blusa.
It's an awesome coffee, Mom.
¿Y el muchacho
I'm
este sabe
tempted to
dónde
get one
trabaja?
myself.
You don't?
No sé exactamente dónde.
Pues she's wearing boots and like se ve como un oil field worker.
Trabajo como
You've got to hope that's the case. Hope it happened in the courtroom and
supervisor somewhere.
not in the
Like in
recording
oil
of
field
this.
o algo?
Pues algo así, no sé, sir. Yo nomás sé que es un trabajo como de oficina.
Okay.
Yo estoy terminando.
Okay, no, don't worry. Ahorita viene alguien. Don't worry, okay?
Sir, usted no me cree lo que le estoy platicando.
I believe you. I do believe you. That's why I'm offering you like to help you y at the same time, pues si no necesitas ayuda, let's see what PD might help us out and maybe ir a buscarlo. You know, go look for him right now, or maybe if you already know him, they can give you pictures of him. You know, so don't worry. I mean, I assure you que you're in good hands. Ahorita no te
Golden
asustes,
Mom, I was
ahorita
one of the last
he's
ones to
circling
get
around or whatever.
one of those little
You're-
pressure
you're
cooker
with
Instapots. I'm a slow pickup when it comes to cooking
That's
devices.
what I'm looking for. Si no voy a pasar otra Dodge Ram or something like that.
Sí, decía algo Ram, una blanca.
Blanca, is
You
that a
know it's
white
Dodge.
white Dodge Ram?
Okay.
Is Blanca white or black? I don't know. I think it's white. White. Okay, thank you, Chris. I did not pay attention. I didn't take Spanish. I took French, and I didn't pay attention there either.
Me quería llevar más para allá y más para allá.
You feel a little bit more relaxed now?
It's taken a long time for an officer to arrive.
Quiero un cigarro, sir.
I know, just hold on though. Nomás espérate.
Quiero un cigarro, sir.
Just hold on. Ten cuidado, es que tengo... No, es...
Darle a mi amiga o algo.
You know, any
¿Tienes una amiga?
cooking device in the kitchen, you have to test with pickles.
¿Y con la amiga la hablas?
Right, a lot. I did not pay attention there. That's why I didn't know if it was white or black. I know Spanish and French have a lot of similarities.
Fuera visto su mirada, sir.
Oh,
Nos sentamos, ¿verdad? Fumamos un cigarro. Ahí en su troca. We started getting yeah.
so we're only a third of the way through this body cam footage. It's a long video.
Like if he was on something.
No sé, sir, nomás
And if we get through all this, which I imagine they're playing the entire thing out of the presence of the jury, if that gets admitted, then at least parts of it are going to be played before the jury, maybe the entire thing.
Okay.
I haven't looked at the map on this one to see where the different events happened. I've looked at the map as far as
Don't worry,
where the
I'll keep it
locations
an eye,
of the
don't
bodies
worry.
were found.
You're safe
And they seem to be along a single road, just the
This is
same
not
area.
Ford.
But I'm not sure
You
where
said
this
Dodge,
is in
right?
relation to like the police. It sounds like it's closer to a border patrol station than it is to a police station. But they're calling for police here, not border patrol.
Y luego yo estoy bien pendeja para las direcciones, sir. Más o menos vive por aquí. Pero quiero
Germany.
decirle
Sounds awesome.
exactamente dónde.
Ah, bueno, y ahorita que venga PD might go take
Sí,
you there, ¿me
porque yo
entiendes?
estoy bien pendeja para las direcciones.
Pero sabes cómo llegar.
Pero más o menos tengo que concentrarme, sir.
Well, the body cams are amazing. They have really changed the way things are
Don't worry.
prosecuted.
Touch my heart para que vea cómo estoy.
No, I believe you. I totally believe you. I know you're just going through a shock right now. Donde acabas de salir de un escape, you know what I mean? You basically escaped from a situation where could be dangerous.
Mira, tengo una troca así, pero no tiene chichicuelos, a ver.
Pero esa no es, esa es una SUV.
No tiene algo así,
Okay.
como nuevecita, pero no tiene las ventanas tan oscuras.
Son 4-door?
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Sounds like the wind's picking up a little bit.
Don't worry, I mean, ¿tú todavía tienes miedo?
Bastante miedo.
Well, don't worry, I'm keeping an eye there, so, okay?
Are they saying she sees the truck or she sees the vehicle?
But now you know that you can't get on his vehicle anymore, ¿me entiendes? You learn, I mean, unfortunately te tuvo que pasar esto, you know? No debes de confiar en mucha gente, especially if you don't know him that well.
Yeah.
I mean, you say que dijiste 4 times maybe?
5 veces y siempre me buscaba, sir, pero yo lo tiraba a León.
Yeah.
Yo lo tiraba a León. Y yo sabía que he would pick up Melissa también.
Really?
Melissa Ramírez.
La primera.
Sí. Yo yo sabía que él la levantaba porque él me platicaba de ella y cuando yo la miraba ella también de él, ¿verdad? ¿No has visto al de la troca blanca porque me alivian a feria?
Well, miss, we've got a very long body cam footage issue. They're trying to admit this evidence, this body cam footage into the trial. The officer does not have personal knowledge of what's on the DVD. So as a result, they are they're playing this so the officer can authenticate the video.
¿Y Melissa no era tu amiga? ¿No la conocías?
Yo la miraba y pues nomás la conocí en el condado y así en la calle.
Used to be a friend, right?
¿Y la segunda muchacha esa no la conocías?
De vista nomás también.
Pues maybe, I mean, así como estás cooperando conmigo, coopera con el oficial este que venga. And I'm pretty sure they can help you out en esa manera para poder traer un assault report at least, you know, con él. And maybe you can break a case de lo que está pasando ahorita. Sí. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You never know. You never know. Sí. I mean, ellas ya no pueden hablar por ellas, you know what I mean? You know?
Ay, gracias a Dios que me bajé la troca.
Well, if you think about it, estas murders han pasado en las noches.
Yeah.
Ay, voy, ahorita nomás deja que venga la policía, deja que venga, es que no te puedo dejar sola, I mean, especially si es que anda, or he might be around here o algo. A lo mejor va a pensar que, ahorita dice algo, el policía lo ignora y te vas caminando otra vez, you know? Like, I don't want him to think that way, you know?
So he's not a police officer. It's clear that he's not a duty officer. He's like, I can't drive you anywhere. But he's going to wait here until the cops arrive. Hey Katrina, just following this coffee mom and Katrina conversation. I was over there for England during Mad Cow as well, and they didn't want me to donate blood, but I just found out that they've lifted that restriction on me, so I can now. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now.
I don't have any though. I really don't. Eso te dije que te sentaras ahí para que nadie te mirara.
So when nothing's on the screen, the TV channel is changing the feed. I'm sure he's seen it before. I'm sure he's seen it.
Esta es la que se metió primero.
Ese, a ver, no.
Little miss, it wasn't me, I promise. That was, if it was me, no, I don't know. I don't think it could have been me, because it cut to the other camera, like on him, as soon as it happened, and I'm glued to this feed. I haven't done anything.
We started talking, right?
Toxicus saw that. Oh wow.
They're picking people up.
That's another case we're going to be following.
Right? The girls, and he's like, well, what are the girls saying? What have you heard? And I'm like, I don't know. I literally empecé a temblar, que la tuve que despistar de cómo empecé a temblar.
Wow.
En serio, sir.
I believe you. No, I totally believe you.
La tuve que despistar, sir, cuando empecé yo así de...
Like there was nothing wrong para que no mirara.
Que él me vio, mire eso.
Yeah.
Que él me vio cuando yo me troca, si no será ese que vaya arriba, esa troca blanca.
I don't know. But no, don't worry.
I've already picked out her
that's
presents.
You're safe.
I won't tell you because she'll watch the live stream, and then she'll know what it is. But I've already picked out her present. I will say that Law and Crime has dropped the feed. They're not. They're not showing this part of the trial. They're on just a placeholder.
So you got nervous cuando le comenzaste a mencionar a las muchachas.
Sí, sir.
You think he's capable of doing something like that? I mean, carrying a gun?
No, me sacó la pistola. Estoy diciendo que me la sacó, sir. De repente se partió aquí.
Has she told him that he's a Border Patrol agent yet?
Don't worry, I mean, I'm keeping an eye.
De repente se partió allá, atrás del tráiler.
¿Esa troca no?
No, esta no.
Esta no, ¿verdad? Que va aquí.
De repente se partió atrás del tráiler, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Because supposedly he was gonna go in through here. Pero dice, do you want drive-through o quieres walk-in? Y le digo yo, drive-through. Dice, wait, well, hold on because I have to get in by the sidewalk. So él se parquea, sir, atrás del tráiler.
Yeah.
Y dice, wait a minute. Y la saca y la
The mom's in custody. I think we're waiting for the probable cause affidavit. Suzanne. Talking about the Quentin,
He grabbed
baby
the hold of
Quentin
your shirt
case.
o te quiso agarrar completamente.
Me quiso agarrar completamente.
Yeah, and te zapates de la camisa.
De la shirt. En mi corazón, sir, quiero un black and white.
I know, just relax.
Y le digo al muchacho ese cuando empecé a caminar over here, estaba yo sin shirt. Y le digo, una camisa o algo para taparme. Y dice, allá está el policía.
Uno de los de aquí te dijo.
El que está allá.
Sí, sí, así.
Estaba allá un señor.
Okay.
So she said she ran to him because he looked like police. Yes, the mom has been arrested. She surrendered.
I know, it's just I can't
on
go
her
by
own.
myself. Just hold on.
The
Just relax.
baby Quentin's mom
Just relax.
was driven to the
Yeah, just
FBI
take
by
deep
her
breaths,
mom
slowly,
after they went
in
out
and
for
out,
last
just
meal
slowly.
and everything. So
Por
she is in
mientras.
custody.
I know, it's
We're
a
just
shock.
waiting
I
for
mean, you
the
just escaped
arrest
from
warrant affidavit.
From a possible
The
kidnap.
probable cause
you know, I
affidavit
mean,
and
se
stuff.
fuera hecho kidnap, and that would have been the end of you. The gun you say it was black or white?
It was black.
Black.
Gordita. Gorda black. No más que I didn't think really nothing porque yo ya lo había visto como 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Pero when we went in his house, right, we went in for like 5 minutes.
They catch him because she has been to his house. She knows where he lives. She has his name. She has his truck information. She has identifying information about him, like tattoos and things like that, because
Hey, hello?
of the time they've spent together.
Es que tengo una
in her
girl que
employment.
she escaped from a guy that pointed a gun at her here at McPherson in Loop 20, and she's one of those girls, you know what I mean? And the guy pointed a gun and se le escapó a la persona, and she's without a shirt basically right now. And I called PD to come over here and assist, but they haven't shown up though. So, but she knows that guy's name, like the first name and where he lives though. Well, just the first name, David, and yeah.
Que más o menos vive por aquí.
Y vive por una casa que se llama, ¿cómo se llama la calle? No, nomás dime qué calle es.
Es aquí como por San Isidro.
Por
It's a
San
big
Isidro,
house.
it's a big house. Por Sand Hill or something like that, right?
Es una calle más o menos
Sand Hill, I think that's what it is.
CHAOS.
I'm right here in McPherson and Loop 20, right here at the Circle K in Valero. Yendo pa Border Patrol. Yeah. Huh?
I don't think that's what's being charged here. I think he was just picking up prostitutes and executing them.
Yeah, she's gone to the house before. She's without a shirt.
Took off my shirt.
She's without a shirt right now because she escaped from him. The one yendo para Border Patrol headquarters on McPherson, that corner one. Yeah, International and Loop 20. No, I'm sorry, McPherson and Loop 20. McPherson Loop 20.
This is the second time they've had to refill the gas station tanks.
Well, and it's not the X one, it's the Circle K.
That's the big tanker truck right there, filling
Loop
up the
20
tanks.
and McPherson, yeah. The one that's like when you go towards Border Patrol.
Right, that could. You're right, Christine. That could be what he was meaning.
Yeah, she's in shock, man. Like, yeah. And she was trying to mention something about the other two girls, and that's when the guy got nervous, and I guess she knows. Well, she doesn't know, but she knows who they are. Estas muchachas. Yeah, you want me to take it over there? I don't have a problem with it. We're at the same station right there at the web counting. Wait, do you have an extra shirt though? Or can you get an extra shirt?
He's got nothing to give
I'm gonna
her.
tell her we're gonna go get a shirt, and then that way they can talk to you. All right. Mira, this is what's gonna happen. Uno de los oficiales de nosotros va a hablar contigo, okay? Just the same situation que me dijiste, all this, okay? I told them to get you a shirt para que puedas hablar comfortable con ellos, okay? And so we're gonna go to the station, and we're gonna talk to you regarding your situation right now, most importantly. Y luego también regarding maybe the guy's name, más o menos donde vive y todo eso, okay? So basically, we're gonna help you out, ¿me entiendes? So, mira, no te voy a decir que te vengas acá atrás. Si quieres, te puedes ir enfrente.
Back in my hotel now.
Let me tell him.
Dígale que por favor.
Let me tell him.
Haga algo por mí, sí. Antes de irme, sí. Nunca me había pasado algo así. Sí, pero yo quiero que más o menos me maneje por aquí para yo poder decirle eso, porque si no, no voy a poder decirle dónde me vive eso.
Black and mild. Okay, él ya sabe eso. Ya le dije. So, mira, yo no te voy a manejar.
Well, miss, I don't
todavía,
think he has something
but
for
we're
her
gonna
right
go
now.
over there,
He
and
just
we're gonna
doesn't
try
have
to
anything
get some other
give her.
units. Okay, let's go over there first, and we'll take it there first, step by step. Just, si te digo que te vayas enfrente. No, vente por acá, mira. Just cierra la puerta de bola. Just come this way. Just relax. Es que tengo unas cosas. Déjame sacarlas de volar. Don't worry.
Let me clean all the crap out of my car. I wasn't expecting a passenger.
No, don't worry. You're with me. You're with me. Just relax, okay? Just relax.
I'm not sure if he ever got fuel or not.
All right.
So typically right now, a police officer would call into dispatch and say, I'm beginning transport, single female, here's the mileage on the car, here's the time. He's starting his in-car recorder, I believe.
Yeah, you're good. Let's go. 3215 there. Oh, wait. We'll be en route to Webb County with that female, the SO.
Okay, so he does that for a couple of reasons.
That street, behind that arch.
The video doesn't end there.
So the rest of the video, Your Honor, although it's one continuous video, we do believe that the rest at that point is hearsay. So from when he gets into the car, so that part we'd like to keep the audio out. But if I can have some follow-up questions with Trooper Hernandez just to verify the rest of the video.
Interesting.
Trooper Hernandez, did you Did you view the video that we just saw right now?
Yes, sir.
And did you recognize yourself in that video?
Yes, sir.
Did you recognize your voice in that video?
Yes, sir.
Is what you saw here today a true and accurate depiction of what happened that day?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time we'd like to re-urge the submission of State's Exhibit 13, Your Honor.
Let's see if they still protest.
Judge,
Objections.
while some of this may indeed be an excited utterance, the point at which the trooper begins asking questions of the declarant of the excited utterance, it ceases being an excited utterance and now becomes a question and answer session between the trooper and the declarant. So I guess we would concede the original part where she comes up and there's no questions asked of her, and I don't mean open-ended questions like the trooper, I can't remember exactly, but he may say, "What happened?" Well, that's open-ended. That certainly doesn't make it cease to be. But when he starts talking in here about, okay, was the truck on the street or in the parking lot? Was the truck is white? When that question becomes specific, it becomes hearsay, because now it is not open-ended questions. You're saying, okay, what happened? Where is it? What, like that, where there's any kind of answer. But when the answers become specific to specific questions, it is no longer an excited utterance because the questions aren't open.
Would I notice that she was repeating things on her own, blurting things out again, repeatedly saying the person's name, repeatedly saying that it was a white truck, and that repeating the description of the incident. And then I think towards the tail end, when the trooper was on the phone, he still described her as being in shock.
You get me in trouble.
And this was way after some of those maybe pointed questions that you're saying. But even to that, I think it was still, from what I was seeing and hearing, it was repeating the same thing over and over. I don't think there was anything new that was said afterwards. I think he was reaffirming it was give me information, because it's a very general. Okay, so what exactly are you saying should be kept out? So
I didn't make an exact time mark, but somewhere after about 6 or 7 minutes, it's like you say.
So what information are you saying specifically?
Well, when they start.
Let me before you answer that, I understood there may be a translation that's going to be offered. Yep. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
So my coordinators mentioned, because a lot of it's in Spanish. We don't have an interpreter. So.
And due to that, Your Honor, we actually filed it. It is certified by Mr. Dillon.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that.
Yes, we do have a translation. That's important.
We don't have an interpreter, and I asked my coordinator. He said that you all had a translation that you're going to offer.
It's all right, Mallory. Appreciate
what
being
specific
here.
information are you objecting to, Mr. Fuchs?
Your Honor, if I may, this is analogous to a 911 call, and it's an ongoing emergency. She had just escaped a possible kidnapping, an aggravated assault. He's asking basic questions that further the investigation. None of it's being offered for the truth of the matter asserted. If anything, it's an excited utterance, and it's an ongoing investigation.
Let me, I guess, just before I make my ruling, again, part of what I observed in the video, Mr. Fuchs, Mr. Perez, is the officer asking questions about the description of the vehicle, because it looks like he's on the lookout, and let the record reflect that I'm turning around left and right. He's looking to the right side of his vehicle, to the left side of his vehicle. He's asking, there's trucks passing by, and he's asking her, is that the vehicle? Is that the vehicle? I mean, observing the surroundings. And so I think it's all still part of the same.
It's not part of our excited utterance, Judge. And so once he starts questioning like that, the excited utterance has ended. Just because a person continues to scream.
Well, the excited utterance ends when the person stops being excited about it. It's just still.
Katrina, the people in the audience are wearing shirts with the faces of the victims.
The heroin hadn't taken effect. I'm just saying, just because she's shaking and excited doesn't mean it's still an excited utterance.
That sort of thing was not allowed in Florida with like Parkland shooter.
I guess in the statement she made
here.
Down at the sheriff's office, that's going to come in too as an excited utterance, and she's sitting down there and they're asking her questions. Once the police start asking those questions.
But tell me what point again. I know you're looking at what are the questions so I can go back to that point.
We just got this, Judge. We didn't have it.
That's what the translation is.
This translation, right? We didn't have it.
No, it's been on file, Your Honor, and with all due respect
Well,
to Mr. Fook, under Beauchamp v. State, there is no per se rule for determining whether too much time has passed between the making of the statement and the occurrence of the events or conditions which precipitated the comment. A functional test should be applied, namely whether the proximity in time is sufficient to reduce the hearsay dangers of faulty memory and sincerity. She's in shock the entire time, Your Honor.
Judge.
Every statement she makes is admissible as an
Let me
exception
hear
to
from the
hearsay.
defense. Yes, sir.
Not if it's subject to questioning.
They really
I
don't
mean,
want
I
this evidence to
understand
come
an
in.
excited utterance can be made 2 days later if the person is still under the throes, emotional throes of the event. But once it turns into police questioning and answering,
Little Miss, I
it's
think
no
you're playing
longer
catch up
excited
right now.
It's
I'll let you keep.
it's a response to questioning.
I understand.
It's not, so the original part of this, I'd agree. But I think when he starts even just asking her, okay, what's your name? What's your date of birth? He has now interrupted this excited utterance to the degree that it is now question and answer session, even though she's still excited. But she's answering those specific questions. There are no longer open-ended questions. And so in that regard, I guess, I think there's some timestamps on here somewhere. It would be like in page, I don't know what page is in this translation. Well, even back
Yeah, she's going to hear it in
on
like
the 10th
5
page of
minutes,
this translation,
and then she'll
where he's
know.
telling her, if you already have a description, the pickup truck, when we do this, we can do that. Now he's going into question and answers. And to me, that's the end of the excited utterance. I'm not disagreeing with the first part of it, where she comes up and just starts stating things. I would concede that's an excited utterance. But at the point where he starts questioning her, that's where it is. Like he's saying, okay, you just got a weird feeling this time.
Patty, this has to do with hearsay, whether or not hearsay is
I had a weird feeling. It's
admitted
not
as evidence.
An excited utterance anymore. It is a response to his questioning. And that is on page 11, and we would then say that's where we then object to whatever's thereafter. I don't have timestamps on this.
I'm
But it's
surprised they
page
didn't
11
object to the
of-
purses,
what's all marked that as?
ordering purses during the middle.
14.
14, State's Exhibit 14. Does the court have a copy of that?
An excited utterance is an exception to
it'd be okay
hearsay,
with us to see it.
which means that
No, it'd be okay. Well, the
even though
judge
it is
doesn't have
hearsay,
it.
it's
I just
allowed
wish he would.
because
Your Honor,
of how it's
This
delivered.
is also an exception under the present sense impression as well. This is analogous to a 911 call, same format. The excitement and shock continues all the way to the very end, when the trooper's on the phone and says she's on shock. You could see it with just on the video. Her hands are shaking.
Welcome to the present, Little Miss.
She's even crying towards the end. You can't see her, but you hear her crying. That this has never happened to her before. Again, under present sense oppression, excited utterance, arguably, even the entire ride to the station could come in. We're cutting it off when he gets into the vehicle with her at that point.
So the state is saying there's a limit. We recognize there's a limit, but we
Present sense impression is, hey,
we think it's
there's the
much later than the
white
defense.
Dodge going right in front of me. It's present. Everything she's describing is past. It's not present sense impression at all.
What do you think the judge is going to rule here? It's a video, but hearsay is not admissible in court generally, unless there's one of these exceptions.
Objection to hearsay is overruled.
Overruled,
The
okay.
court will admit State's Exhibit 13 is the one you're offering. You're offering 14 at this time as well?
Yes, sir.
And,
14.
and State's Exhibit 14, I will.
The judge offered it for what purpose? We don't want the jury to have that. If he's going to play the video,
makes our client look
they don't
bad.
get that.
Your Honor.
Well, this is a translation.
I understand.
So why don't they get the translation?
Well,
You want to? I mean, it's in Spanish. Some of the language, right?
Well, I understand, but that's that's the life. Now we gotta. Okay, I'd object to that being.
Well, Your Honor, I think the way we've done it is, if I may. Is this thing on?
Yeah, it's on.
Well, there's no jury anyway.
Well, specifically on Exhibit 13, the court's admitting it first. 1 second. 13 is being admitted. That's the video.
So the video's in.
That's the video.
Matthew, right?
I'll read your objection. Court finds that it was an excited utterance statement throughout, up until the point that it was paused.
So now we're talking about
Now
the
on Exhibit
translation.
14. Go ahead.
14, when they're saying they're offering it as an exhibit, to us, number one, it's hearsay, and it violates the best evidence rule. The best evidence is the DVD itself. Now, to assist the jurors, what you might do is they may make copies as the DVD is playing. They can use it to go along and read, and then that's it. We get it back.
Why?
Do you have copies?
We have a copy. We have copies for the jurors.
That's what he's asking. Not
Well,
to,
no, yeah, we have
He's saying
copies.
not to offer it as an exhibit, but to allow the jury to read it
Not a problem.
while they watch
As long
the
as they can have it and read it, it's certified, it's translated.
Yeah, and then you
I'm having fun
instruct
playing
them.
with my,
They say, Your
my little
Honor, you can
two-box
instruct
system.
them, hey, we're offering you this to review, but then we're going to get it back. You know, whatever.
You need, and we would not object to remaining an exhibit, so it's there, but they are informed you don't take it back with you.
So this will be an exhibit just for
It's a
to keep
court
it in the file.
exhibit.
Court exhibit.
No
Court
objections, Your Honor.
All right. So we'll admit state's exhibit number 14 as a court exhibit, not to be furnished to the jury, other than during the time that they're watching the video, not to be furnished to them when they deliberate or otherwise.
So they're all going to
We
get
also have
copies while they
exhibits,
watch the video. They can follow along.
15, 16, and 17, which is the video footage from the Circle K.
Okay.
Just a few snippets that for the seconds that the trooper is there, where he can testify that that's the location he was at the time he was at, and it displays him being there and the approach from the store video looking at the scene.
The only thing we would ask is to have them question him now so he can authenticate that that is an unedited copy of the video from that Circle K. How it was created, you know, under Edwards, the way the recording was made, if he can testify to that, to authenticate it. I don't believe he can.
Your Honor, that's only one part of authentication when it comes to a video. If he can identify himself or the scenario in the video as being accurate, that in itself will authenticate the video. It doesn't have to be
Doesn't have to
the
have
person
know
who
the full
records
chain
it or
of
the
custody
person
of
that
the
burns
video.
the video, as long as he's somebody that can identify himself within it.
In 15, 16, and 17, they're short.
There's
a few
snippets,
seconds
they're
each.
basically the clips
So
from
go ahead
outside.
and play them, and then I'll make a ruling after.
So he can also then verify that it's unedited, is that correct?
Well, it's just it's unedited as per. It shows just the moment that.
It's a cut from a longer video, but it's a security camera video.
And we can voir dire the trooper on it.
Sorry.
Okay, so we're going to play some more videos here. These ones should be shorter. I
Go
think
ahead
they're from the
and,
Circle K security camera
Show the
footage.
witness your additional exhibits.
For the record, Your Honor, we're playing State's Exhibit 15 at this time.
Okay. It's good fun. This case is a lot more fun than I thought it would be. It's growing on me really fast. Okay. Oops.
He's not here, but I'm sorry.
There's the DPS guy, I
Okay,
believe.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Yes, ma'am. It's green.
I'm not talking about the light. I'm talking about the little button.
Yes, it's on. It's on.
Okay, all right. I'll check it afterwards. There's
Okay.
something going on. Thank you.
Little Miss, how can we clarify everything for you? It's a little confusing. There's a lot of video they're trying to get in. They're using this Officer Francisco Hernandez, as the vehicle for admitting that evidence into the system. Okay, so there's.
So as this is playing, Your Honor,
there's Trooper.
I'm gonna ask Trooper Hernandez. What you're seeing in the video there, is that a true and accurate depiction of what happened September 14th of 2018?
So his car would be the one next, just left of the
That's
red.
Exhibit 15, Your Honor.
That's him walking back. Is that correct?
I can't see very well on this one though, because this is kind of like dark. Oh,
Department of Public Safety. That's who Hernandez works for. I believe that's him on the left. He's got the back of the car open. and that was how it was when she ran up to him as well. So we should see her run up to him soon, probably from the left side of the screen because she was coming from the back of the store area.
I think I can turn it. I think I can turn it this way. Is that what?
They're having all sorts of technical issues in the courtroom.
He's saying this was dark. I want to. When the jury comes in, can they see theirs?
Oh yeah,
Dark?
that
That's
one's
what I'm
clear.
asking.
Yeah.
Nope, that must not be him because he just drove off. So maybe it's a different vehicle. Which is weird. Why would they ask him to authenticate that this video is how it happened if he wasn't in the video at the time when it happened? I can't understand why they would include all this footage. I mean, they probably have hours of footage before this happened in the same recording, but why would they have all this in here when there's nothing on camera that's important? They haven't been able to identify a vehicle. They haven't been able to identify any of the individuals involved in the case on the screen. This literally just needs to be cut off. Might be on a pump not seen.
We may withdraw this one. I'm going to play State's Exhibit 16.
Your Honor, we're playing the wrong video. This is just the day before where nothing happened. Oh my goodness. The prosecution, that was a swing and a miss. Oh my goodness. Are these guys amateurs? At least the jury are back. Yeah, the jury was spared that. Hold my beer. We just watched 5 minutes of video of people buying gas at Circle K with uneventful. Okay, so now we have a black screen. Let's try this again. This apparently is a different video.
Do you identify yourself coming in this gas station?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
That's
here he is. That's his vehicle.
You
Just pulled
in
it.
this
Okay.
video, the State's Exhibit 16?
This trial
Yes,
brought
sir.
to you by Circle
That's a
K.
fair and accurate depiction of what happened on the night of September 14, 2018?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want permission to play the other one? State's Exhibit 17?
They haven't
The
even played.
extent of this.
It's a short clip. Actually, right now we'll see where Erica comes out. But as for the authentication, Your Honor, we'd like to admit it as State's Exhibit 16 at this point, unless there's any objection.
Any objections to 16 at this point?
Can't believe the judge is allowing the camera phones in the courtroom like that.
We're just trying to authenticate it, or do you want to view it all?
There's no audio on this.
No,
sir.
These are surveillance.
Let me just fast forward a couple of
Fast
times
forward.
to make sure,
Okay.
That it doesn't change to a movie or something.
Fast forward, make sure there's no shopping or something. That's her, right?
Okay, there she goes right there.
So she went to the store first, and then went out to the police or the
Can you
DPS
identify the
cruiser.
person that approached you in that video?
Yes, sir. That's Erica Peña.
Okay.
Circle K
Same
is
as
a
witness
common gas
exhibit
station
16
chain.
At this time, Your Honor.
We're okay with them.
As far as
Yes.
them saying that
Yes, she was
this
taking
officer
pictures
can
of this
testify,
video
okay, this
being
is
shown.
me, that's me. We're still not waiving our objection that he can't authenticate that the recording equipment was working properly and the rest of the predicate, Your Honor.
All right, so State's Exhibit 16 will be admitted.
Right, that lady who was filming behind the defense table, that
Exhibit
phone is
17 for the
definitely
witness as well.
You may.
able to pick up defense, deliberations. Just what's happening right now, where they're discussing things with themselves, internally, with the other defense attorneys. This judge appears to be allowing it. It seems to be the wild, wild west of Texas. That's what we've got here. Let's take that here.
On the monitor itself, it's not. He said it's too dark. This one.
The video, is it still too dark?
Sometimes it has.
If she's media outside the jury, she might be following. Every court does have different rules for media and what they are allowed to show and what they're not allowed to show. All of them are not allowed to say that you're not allowed to record the
Identify where this
defense
is at in this video.
talking with the
Yes,
other
sir.
defense
Where is that
attorneys.
exactly?
It's on the west side of the Circle K.
Is that the same Circle K that we've been talking about
Yes.
today, September 14, 2018?
Yes, sir.
Is that guy taking pictures of his
The same
car?
Circle K that corresponds to the other video that we saw.
He is.
Exhibit 16.
He's like,
Yes, sir.
for sale, one slightly used car. He's doing his Instagram post right now with his rental. I don't know who this guy is. I'm not sure if this guy knows that him taking his pictures, Instagram version of his race car. He's just doing his daily squats. Like, there's a major crime. There's a serial killer within stone's throw of this guy, and he's out here posting on Insta. Yeah, this judge is allowing quite a bit. I'll have to look, Ginger, to see. I mean, this judge just might allow it. The rules of the courtroom might be open enough to allow that, where it's not using flash photography. It's like the only restriction. But she can see screens and documents from there. She's in a great spot for getting the scoop on something, but no, that should not be allowed. This guy's just 500 pictures later. Obviously, the car's best angle is from the ground. I mean, this guy knows what he's doing as far as taking pictures of his sick ride, as Tiffany says. It's leg day. It's leg day for this gentleman. Leg day, right? Okay, so he's still taking pictures. She walked right by. He's still out there.
Did you identify the person that just came on frame there?
Yes, sir.
And who was that?
That was Erika Peña.
Your Honor, this time the state wishes to introduce or into evidence State's Exhibit 17. It's been authenticated properly by the witness.
The authentication seems pretty weak to me. It's like, do you recognize that? Yeah, okay, we'd like to authenticate it. It's good. It's difficult to record televised judicial proceedings, but the judge's order may be something to the effect of, if we're allowing one camera in, we're letting all in. Right. And they've allowed Ken's 5 and KSAT. And
this officer can testify to the recording equipment, etc. Also, on this one, Your Honor, this officer is not present, and he cannot necessarily tell that this is the time.
This is a good argument.
Even the same parking lot, I don't know if he's been into this back parking lot or not.
This
or the
happens
time
outside
for
of his
that
view.
matter. So this one we think he can't properly authenticate, especially because he's not present on this video, Your Honor.
we'll have to subpoena the Circle K.
Again, Your Honor, he doesn't have to actually come out in it or even speak in it, as long as he can testify that what he's seeing there is actually what he observed, and it's contemporaneous to the other video. As we've seen before, he testified that was the other video from a different angle, And as the video is shown, it's the same victim that's run in the same manner and wearing the exact same things. So we do believe that this has been properly authenticated at this time, Your Honor.
Well, again, I don't think that he can say that. I mean,
I don't
maybe
think
I'm
he
wrong,
did say that. I don't think he said I observed this
could be
happen.
A different part of this establishment, and I don't know. I think
So your objection is that he doesn't know or is not familiar with that location or that parking lot area, or is that what your objection is for the
or
record?
the time. I mean, if he can say, "Hey, I saw that Mustang. I saw that guy shooting that camera," maybe he can. I don't know, but I don't.
I follow
think
that guy on
so.
Instagram.
So you're also
Takes
objecting
great
to the time
pictures
that's
of cars.
reflected on there as being, I guess, 8:59 at this point now, 9 p.m.
Well, with his lack of knowledge, Your Honor, yes. Especially since he's not familiar with this recording, and we're going to rely on time. That would be the reason to do that, to have him establish that predicate. And like I said, he's like the prosecutor said. Oh, he knows that she ran through there. Well, what if she did somersaults coming this way? He wouldn't know. He didn't see her.
I can see the defense point on
We're
this.
offering it to show that the troopers identifying her as being there wherever that is, I guess.
I did ask him earlier if he can identify where that is, and he identified that it was the northwest or
the west side of
And you're familiar with that based on what you're seeing there?
Definitely, sir.
Okay.
What about the time issue? They're making an issue of the time.
Correct. That's the correct time.
That's the same time that, from your
Yes,
memory, that this occurred?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'll also cite Stanmeyer versus State of Texas 475 Southwest 2nd 3rd. And that is
Stanmeyer
the
versus
case law that
Texas.
addresses
Oh,
these
well,
types of issues.
objection overruled at this time. State's Exhibit 17 will
so
be
it's in.
admitted to evidence.
Somersaults and all. Both videos are
Ready
admitted.
for the jury now?
And now the jury gets to see them all. So the only win that the defense got during that moment was the only win they got was the translation
I'll give everyone a short
of the
recess,
events that happens in that long body cam footage
minutes.
will not be given to them as evidence, so they can't take it into deliberations. But they are allowed to review it while it's being presented in the courtroom. So yeah, I guess that's a win of some, of some kind. But let's see what we got here. Box 4, right? Oh man. Whew. Preset. One box 4. Oh man. I completely messed it up. Let's try that again. It's been a long day already. There we go. Whoops. And I messed up one more time. Preset, one box 4. That's me. Okay, it's hard. Technology is hard. Okay, my brain is mush today. What was their complaint on that one? Little Miss? I think spell check caught you on that. What's your question? During the break, we'll try to answer all the questions for everybody. Matthew Harris did call it as expected. Being a lawyer from Texas, he understands how the law works there. So if you are in Texas and need a lawyer, you might need to call Matthew Harris. Color Me Abstract says, Recovery, did you see my drawing I sent to your burner phone? I've seen a couple really good drawings and pictures. Let's see if one just came in. I just got a picture of some ribs. Looks like dinner's ready. We'll be right over. In the air fryer, too. That looks fantastic. Let's see the drawing. I'm going to have to look for the drawing. Color Me. Did you just send it, or was the one you sent a while back? I've got Stephen Lee's, the balloon and everything. Complaint. What was their complaint? So this is the prosecution. What is wrong with my... Look at this little black stuff going on behind me. That's my green screen. Really messing up. Okay, so we'll take a different camera angle. I know you guys don't like looking at the back of my head, but that works better. So this is what's going on. We've got the prosecution has presented this Francisco Hernandez, a state's witness. He works for DPS. He was at the Circle K gas station when Erica came running, sans shirt, up to him saying, "Help! There's a guy pointed a gun at me. Please help me." And so the officer Hernandez starts his body camera He hits the button to record, and the way that works is as soon as it hits the record button, it saves the previous 30 seconds without audio. So we start watching it from 30 seconds before he hits that button, and you get the first 30 seconds, and then the audio cuts in, a lot like we see on police chases, and then you hear him interacting with what's going on. So basically, as soon as he sees her and says, "Oh, this is weird," he hits record. We get audio from that moment on, but we get video from just before then. So they've shown this. They showed this video because the defense says, "Hey, you can't submit this body camera footage as evidence because Mr. Hernandez, Officer Hernandez, can't testify that this is, that this DVD has, what's on it. He didn't make the DVD. He can't authenticate it and say, yes, this is my body camera footage." So they had to go through the jump the hoops where they actually had to play the body camera footage. And then he said, yes, that's actually the body camera footage. And then the state says, we're only going to admit part of it because there's a rule about hearsay, right? You can't admit evidence from what someone else said without, you have to elicit that from them. There's an exception to hearsay regarding excited utterances, which is what they say, what Erica was doing when she first ran up saying, "Hey, there's a guy with a gun," type thing. This would be the excited utterance part. So they can admit her hearsay, testimony without that's not elicited from her on the stand. It's recorded because it was an excited utterance. So all that back and forth was the lawyers arguing about that, trying to limit how much evidence gets into trial. Obviously, any evidence the state has is going to further their cause to get him convicted. So the more that the defense can keep out, the harder it is for the jury to have a complete picture that fills all the holes and gets rid of that reasonable doubt in their mind. So they were doing a good job of fighting that. The judge overruled them on everything except for the translation of the body camera footage, because a lot of it was Spanglish, as Matthew Harris called it, I believe, a mix of Spanish and English intermixed. Even sentences had both languages in them, and so the translation would be presumably all in English for the jury's benefit. The judge did agree to allow that in as an exhibit, meaning that it can be seen and viewed in court, and the jury can look at that in the courtroom, but they can't take it back with them in deliberations. So it's a small win, but it is a little win. Does that catch up, Little Miss, what we were talking about? Matthew is an attorney, right? And a good one. His firm handles family law, civil litigation, estate management, business law, and very light criminal law. Yeah, if you're facing death row, a death sentence, maybe Matthew's not your guy, because he'll probably just tell you, well, you did something stupid, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? But I'll let him answer that. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I'm glad that works. If anybody else has a question, give me a tag like this. Yes, Color Me Abstract. Resend them, please, to me if you can. I'm sure I have them. I just trying to pull them up right now is a little challenging. Let's see. So if anybody does have something they want to send in, they can send it to the burner phone. The phone number is 801-513-1160. That will go straight to the burner phone where all evidence is hidden and it can't be subpoenaed. Let's see, got that part. It's the second video I'm confused about. Okay, so the second video, that was just bizarre. The second video was security camera footage from Circle K, which is a gas station. It's shot from the building looking out at the gas pumps. The second video was, and the second video was the other side of the building, or the side, a view along the front of the store. So those videos are submitted to show a different vantage point of the same events. They have no audio on them, so it's not really portraying anything other than the time that it happened, because it has a timestamp on it, and that, the location, the general information. It's just additional information, a different vantage point. Tiffany, thank you for the super chat. If you have a question, please let me know. Just a friendly fist pump. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Matthew Harris says, most definitely I would refer any capital case anyway, and probably 99.9% of felonies. Okay, can you imagine this case without a body camera or video from the gas station? It would all be, he said, she said, which would be rough. Video really has changed court cases forever. Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, so as we're waiting here, we've got a little bit of a break. Right now it is 5:30 on the East Coast. What time is it in Texas? I think they've got another hour or so to go in court before they wrap up. So we might be here for a little bit of a late evening. This is a great question for Matthew. Who is your favorite attorney who does YouTube videos? Matthew. Who's your favorite attorney, Matthew? Just kidding. I'm not an attorney. Which one of the ones do you watch? There are a couple that are really good. I like Mike Law from Chicago. The guy's just down to earth. He does have a little weird following that everyone wants to see him with his shirt off, which I guess occasionally he does. But that's it. The lawyer was also good. If you like, out of Florida. You did resend them, says Color Me. Good. Let me take a quick look here. Did you send them to the burner phone? Because I'm not seeing them yet. Oh, I'm getting a call from Intermountain Healthcare, who I know is not for me. Do you guys want to listen in? Hello. Okay, so that was funny. There's a hospital in Utah that has been texting me about a woman's medical procedure for a long time, and I keep responding every single time. They're like, Sandra, please, reminder, you've gotten a procedure we've scheduled for you on this date. I don't know what the procedure is. And I reply, I'm like, I'm not Sandra. I don't know who Sandra is, and you've got the wrong number. But they never replied to my text, and now they just called. They're like, you're supposed to be here right now, Sandra. I'm like, I've tried to tell you. Sandra has no idea. She's got a medical procedure right now. So if you know Sandra in Utah that has my phone number, let her know. Anyway, that was it. Mike's my favorite also. Mike's pretty funny, pretty down to earth. I love that he follows a lot of the arraignments. Those are just awesome. Okay, let me look. Color Me Abstract. It says you resent the image, and I am not seeing them yet. Did you send them to my email? Maybe I didn't. Maybe didn't look in the right spot. I'm not seeing them yet. I might have to check with the burner phone provider. Yeah, I'm not getting it. Color Me Abstract. Let me make sure we've got the right number for you. You might be sending it to Sandra in Utah, who is waiting for a medical procedure. I just about said the wrong number, and that would have been bad. Okay, so here in chat, this is the burner phone number. Right there on the screen. You can call that day or night. You can leave a voicemail message. You can send texts. You can do all that. Oh, we've got video coming back here. Let's see.
You may be seated for now.
You may be seated for now. You might have to stand up again in the near future.
Mr. Perez.
You may be seated.
You may be seated for now.
Oops, that was the wrong one. Sorry.
All right, are we ready? No.
Yes, we are.
Why is this not working?
All right.
Can the jury, please?
So jury's coming in. Jury's going to now hear about these videos that we just watched. Hopefully they don't have to watch the whole thing. I keep getting spam calls for Tim. Tim's not here. Johnny Law. He's new but really good. There's some awesome lawyers out there that do some great videos. Besides Matthew Harris. I mean, he's our personal favorite, but yeah. Yeah. Can I stand or sit? Judge, I'm really confused about this. Judge reminds me of Boss Hogg. for my number on the.
All right, you may be seated. And you may proceed.
Trooper Hernandez, we were discussing the videos that were taken there at the Circle K on the night of September the 14th of 2018, correct?
Correct.
Now, you've had the opportunity to view the surveillance videos from the Circle K,
Yes, sir.
and you've been able to identify the location and the persons in that video, correct?
Correct.
Okay. We also, you've been able to authenticate the State's Exhibit 13,
Correct.
and that is the video from your body cam, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, permission to publish the videos from the Circle K, Exhibit 16 first.
Please not 15. 15 is the one of just people getting gas.
16, yes, you may. And for the record, State's Exhibits
Abstract, I'm not seeing
13,
them. I don't know why it's not coming through.
16 and 17 have been admitted for the jury's consideration. You may proceed.
So I want you to look on the screen, and the video will begin playing.
We're waiting.
Okay, can you please walk us through this video and what we're viewing, the location?
Yes, sir. So this is the gas station, the Circle K, located at the intersection of Loop 20 and McPherson.
Okay.
And I'm pulling up right here to, I believe it's pump number 5.
Okay. If you can please speak into the mic, please.
I'm sorry.
It's the short
this is
video, Keisha.
I'm pulling up right here to the intersection of McPherson Loop 20 at the Circle K, and I'm about to pump gas at I think it's pump number 5, sir.
Okay. What time is this going on?
This is around, I would want to say it's 8:40ish, somewhere around there. I'm not really sure about the time, sir.
Close to 9 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He says he's not sure about the time, but he could authenticate the other time.
Can you see?
That might be an issue.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes.
time does it show?
It's 8:52
p.m.
p.m. Yes, sir.
And what is the date?
It's 9/14/18.
I am super frustrated every time there's a security
September
camera video
14.
where the timestamp is not accurate. Why would you have a timestamp if you don't keep it
Okay, is that
accurate? If the
consistent?
power goes
Yes,
off,
sir.
reset it.
Accurate?
Keep
Yes,
it
sir.
accurate.
Okay. What's going on now?
We're all
So as
potential
I'm
jurors.
standing around there at the pump number 5, I see this lady, who at that time I didn't know her name, run up to me and walk at a fast pace. And right there, I'm trying to assess the situation of the condition she's at right there.
Based on your training and your experience, what is your assessment of this person's demeanor?
Based on my training experience, I see that she's scared, she's in shock, and I could say I can sense that, or not sense. I'm sorry. I believe that something just happened, that she's fearing for her life.
Something contemporaneous, something happened just right at
Yes.
that
Right,
moment.
we missed the somersaults. Those were just off camera. I don't know why that guy said so she could be doing somersaults.
We are now going to play State's Exhibit 17 that's already been admitted.
Okay, this is squat guy. And critique his style. I mean, if you guys have some pointers, maybe we can help him out here as he takes photographs of his Mustang, I believe it is, with the aftermarket spoiler, which probably makes him go lots faster. Waiting for the video
I'd like
here.
for you to identify the time and date on this video.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's 9/14/2018, and the time is 49:30, 32.
He just drove up
8:49?
to
I'm
the
sorry,
gas station to
8:49.
take
Yes, sir.
pictures of
Is
his
that
car.
accurate with you being there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what location is the jury looking at here?
So this is the west side of the Circle K, where I'm gassing up That's located at the intersection of Loop 20 and McPherson, sir.
Are you familiar with this location, Trooper?
Yes, sir.
I just got your pictures. Color me abstract. I just got your pictures. The middle picture definitely has a Picasso type feel. Not proportionally. It's a drawing of a face, but it's very interesting. I would definitely say abstract is correct on that one. Okay, I'll have to figure out if we can show these here at another point here. Let's see. Why is it frozen? Ken's 5 is frozen. Okay, so which one's working? Let's take 3. Little Daryl Brooks popped up on screen there. Sorry about that. Why is everything going so slowly? Is this just me? We've lost audio for the courtroom. Okay, there we go. We got the other one back. Boom, 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 boom. 2. Nope. Let's try that. This is why I like having so many different camera feeds, but the audio from the courtroom has been turned off. We're not getting any video right now. We've got nothing. Let's see.
Started to give her safety, to tell her to try to calm her down, and that she could trust me in confiding anything that had happened to her.
Did you deploy any equipment that you needed at that time, at that moment?
No, sir.
Did you are you equipped with body cam?
Oh, yes, sir. So in our body cam, the reason you cannot hear the first few seconds is because since it wasn't a traffic stop, it doesn't turn automatically. So I had to activate
so the timing's off here.
Body cam by pressing.
I'm trying to ask you, did you ever
Oh, yes, sir.
deploy or activate any equipment?
Yes, sir.
To preserve the evidence?
Of course, yes, sir.
And that was your body cam?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you've been able to view the body cam here outside the presence of the jury, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that body cam footage is an accurate depiction of what took place that evening, correct?
I think this is
yes, sir.
This footage right here is going back. So the stuff that's live right now is right here. So I'm going to turn off the audio.
Yes, sir.
Put 6.
Permission to publish.
Okay, so this is live. We just have no audio because they're doing a bench consultation. They've approached the bench. Bizarre. This is crazy. So yeah, I wish I could show you my screen right now. I've got 3 different feeds, live feeds that I'm trying to balance, and 2 of them are not as live as I'd like them to be. But let's see. So long crime is delayed. Looks like Ken's 5 is the only one that's live. Let me try KSAT. I don't know how he could have authenticated that other video. Do you see Squats guy, camera dude, in this picture at all? Would he be straight ahead of this car? Okay. Well, we'll stay right here on this guy for a little bit. Or we'll come to me. How about that? While we wait for something interesting to happen. Okay. Not sure what is going on down there. Okay, so I know Ken's 5 was the best feed I had going before, right? Now it seems to have dropped off completely. Ken's 5 is not airing this. I mean, it looks like it should be, but it's not. The feed is stopped from the courtroom. So what happened? Did everyone... Tiffany's like, what is going on? I wish I knew. I really wish I knew. All I know is that my green screen is acting up, so you have to see this view until I can get it fixed. Their Law and Crime is showing the body cam footage, but I believe they're showing it from the deliberation point, not from the jury point. So we might be in a break still. And just everyone's just going back instead of just dropping the feed. They're showing previous videos, which is a little frustrating because then it starts a new. We have to hunt down new live streams every time they come back from break. But tech is a problem. Yeah. When did he get her something? When he drove away, after he drove away, he drove somewhere to get her a shirt. This is the guy who isn't much of a gentleman. He should have given her his jacket or shirt. Right? It's his work uniform with his badge and stuff on it. So there might be policy against giving away your badge, especially if it's like sewed onto his shirt or something like that. But you think hopefully he had something to give her. But the AIs are attacking, messing with our court TV. They know we love our true crimes. Yep, it's bizarre. I don't know what's being shown here. I've got nothing out of any of the channels, nothing live. All right, they expect this to last 2 weeks, Little Miss. Well, at this rate, it's going to last a lot longer because I cannot get the stream to work. This is bizarre. Okay, so I've got everything. It should be going right now. Yep, KSAT and Law and Crime are all showing reruns of the body camera footage. I don't think they're in the practice of driving around with clothing. Yeah, but a lot of them just have like a jacket or something. They could give her. Fire recovery addict. It's a Darnell lad. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or an insult, Joe. I'll take it as a compliment and say thank you. I think Circle K's have those covered tables are to the right of the store if you're looking at the store. Right, I didn't see in the body camera footage, and we'll show it here just briefly here on, let's see, on 6.
¿Sabes dónde vives? Sí, me llevo ahorita menos y puedo dar. ¿Y por qué te subiste con él? ¿No? ¿Por qué ibas a ir a...? Porque me dijo...
Yeah, I don't see any of those covered tables there in front, so it's got to be on the side somewhere.
¿Esa grabación que está aquí no es esa?
Let's see. KSAT's not showing any audio whatsoever on their feed. This is just bizarre. Okay, we'll keep this one for now.
I started getting very sick.
We might be done for the day. We might be done for the day. They went on a break, and
Yeah.
I don't know where we're at now. Maybe the battery died or something in the courtroom.
Uh-huh.
Or the reporter who was filming is like, look, my shift ended. I'm going home.
So you know who he is?
His name is David.
You only know him as David, or
Yeah.
just relax? Déjame nomás sacarle aquí, please. Ponte ahí nomás ahí. No, pues ya te miró.
It'll love you. I'm a
If you're coming this
drunk
way,
mistyper. Joe, are you drunk? Are you drunk, Joe? Is that what you're saying?
You're safe right now. Yeah, but you're safe right now. Está bien, don't worry. Ahorita, mira. Relax, just relax.
YouTube has been
What
hacked.
assessment right now are you making based on your training experience of what like she's going through?
So maybe this is
So
live.
right there, I believe she's real scared.
This might be in front of the
something
jury
that just
then.
happened to her, and it was through my training experience that she got assaulted.
I'm going to object to this question. He's not qualified to testify at our mental state.
We haven't got into his qualifications at all.
The jury is watching this video. They're entitled to their own interpretation.
And he's entitled to his opinion based on his training and experience on what he's observing.
Yeah, well, on that, objection overruled at this time.
Just que acaba de fallecer.
Uh-huh.
And he got very nervous. He got very nervous. And he started acting weird. And his stomach started to hurt. Later he had vomit. Y le digo yo, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay.
Let's just ponte aquí nomás, just nomás quédate así.
Pero no haga hacer me dice, I feel weird. Dice, very stressed.
Pero te asaltó, ¿ves? Y cuando te quitó la camisa.
Yo me saqué de la camisa para salir.
So he was trying to grab you?
He was trying to grab me, irme para que
Thanks, Joe.
irme. Con una cosa me sacó, dijo, güey, se paró allá en un
Espérate, nomás siéntate así, nomás. Es que tengo cosas.
allá en un ladito y me dice, you that I didn't want to go far.
Yeah.
You know, we come right here,
Uh-huh.
and he was like, wait.
So I believe he opens the back of his truck to look for something, like for her. That's just my gut feel, hoping that he's like a good guy. But
Don't worry. So, ¿por qué no viniste, cuando viniste, por qué no me dijiste se acaba de ir un muchacho o algo?
No, porque vengo corriendo desde allá.
So, él estaba en la calle.
Él estaba en la troca.
Pero, si no, pero no estaba la troca en la calle o aquí en el parking lot.
Calle.
Ah, okay.
La calle, sir.
so this is being shown to the jury. That's why they stopped. They stopped and asked what, based on his training experience. We heard that objection.
Don't worry.
We haven't heard his qualifications.
Okay.
All we know is he works for Department of Public Safety.
And how does he? So you knew
He could be a
that
desk
before?
jockey for all we know.
El gasto anda en la sangre. Y varias veces me ha levantado.
Uh-huh.
Can you please explain what she just said that he goes by the Sunday? What is that?
But when she says that, thinking that that's where they meet.
What is do you know what Sunday is?
It's a slang term for our street there in Laredo. It's San Bernardo. San Bernardo Avenue.
We're in Bear County, so please
Yes, sir.
tell the jury that is.
It's a slang term that they use when they describe the San Bernardo Street Avenue.
That's where she works.
They usually reference that to Samber.
And what and based again on your how many years? 17 years?
17 years, sir.
What goes on San Bernardo?
There's a lot of traffic there, sir. Traffic from
Prostitution.
all kinds of crime. Yes, sir.
When you say I'm not. You say there's traffic. That's police lingo, right? We're not talking automobile traffic.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Please explain to the jury in plain terms what you mean when you say there's a lot of traffic in San Bernardo.
Yes, sir. So what I mean by traffic, it's that there's a lot of drugs, a lot of crime, a lot of robberies, a lot of hijacking, a lot of prostitution, A lot of crime, basically.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Y me ha dado dis- y yo no lo había visto.
How does he? So you?
Yo no lo había visto y hace rato lo vi.
Okay.
Y él me dijo, ¿quieres unos cigarros y una piel? Pues váyame a la vuelta. Pero él empezó a manejar acá, me dio miedo. Yo le dije que yo no vengo hasta acá. So, he knew that I wanted to get off. Y él me dice, déjame llevarte aquí para comprarte un lunch, te llevo para atrás y te dejo. Dice, déjame comprarte un lunch y luego te llevo para atrás.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Dice, chistoso.
I've got the court TV feed. They look like they're behind us a little bit.
Don't worry.
They're probably delayed a minute or two.
Las que las rompearon allá. Okay. I don't have cigarettes, so I don't smoke. Cigarettes are bad for you. No, cigarettes are bad for you right now. Just hold on, ahorita.
Préstame tu teléfono. Es que de repente me dio un feeling, sir, de algo de él. Y le digo yo, he noticed me that I got scared. Y le digo, préstame tu teléfono para decirle que estoy bien.
This is a long video. It's hard to watch, but especially because we've seen it once already. But this time the jury's hearing it, and the prosecution is stopping periodically to ask questions of the officer to clarify or to understand what he was thinking as this occurred.
Okay.
At this point in time, she is trying to describe to you the location of his home.
Yes, sir.
And part of your work, did you ever have the opportunity that evening to actually go investigate his home?
Yes, sir.
And you were present, one of the officers present when she showed you the home?
Yes, sir.
Remember what street that was on?
Yes, sir.
What was that street?
It was Sandhill.
Sandhill?
I believe it was Sandhill. What she's describing is Sandhill and Chisos Street. Yes.
And did she point at the house?
Yes, sir. She.
Does the word Burr Oak also sound?
Which one?
Burr Oak.
Burr. I think she also mentions it, but I'm not really sure about that, sir.
But physically, did she identify the house?
Yeah, she physically identified the house later on. Yes, sir.
Well, mira, we're gonna let que Pili me ayudar aquí, okay? Si Pili tiene más resources aquí para poder ir a buscar al muchacho and pues to help you out, okay? So, ahorita nomás que Pili. Well, I mean, if you already have a description del muchacho, la troca, más o menos nevando, then it shouldn't be.
I'm going to see if this KSAT feed is a little bit better. Let me switch over here really quickly.
You just got a weird feeling this time. Oh, bueno, pues let me just check something out.
Okay. All right.
I don't have any of
My mom was a school crossing guard, so she said she was a streetwalker. That's really funny.
When she said que comenzó a hablar de las muchachas.
So DPS manages the state troopers.
She started talking in reference to the ladies that were recently murdered in Laredo. Yes.
You aware of those? You said something to her.
Hey Joe, love that you're here, man. You might need to just set down the phone and don't chat, because no language like that, okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we had
to
been
remove
aware
a couple of
that there
yours.
were, I believe, 2 murders before coming across her, and they were, I believe, found on the outskirts of Laredo.
Was anybody from your department involved in the investigation of those cases?
Yes, sir.
And who was that?
I believe we had, on the first one, I'm not sure it was the first or second, it was a trooper, Arizola. I think he came across one of them.
Yeah, the Texas Rangers.
And yes, sir, it was also Texas Ranger E.J. Salinas as well, which I later contacted.
Okay. How do you come to make contact with Texas Rangers Salinas during this encounter?
So I came about contacting Ranger Salinas because of what she was stating to me about those victims that were murdered, and that the person that she escaped from knew one of those girls, and that's when I decided that this could help break a case, and I contacted Ranger Salinas for further investigation from his expertise.
And what instructions did the ranger give you?
I'm gonna object to hearsay.
Yeah, that would be hearsay.
What, if anything, did you do with her after that phone call?
I provided a transport to the Webb County Sheriff's Office for further questioning, and made contact with Ranger Salinas at that time.
And he would have been waiting for her there?
Yes, sir, he was.
Well, what's the status on Pity? All right, thanks. Let me know. All right. No, bueno, no, ya deben de llegar ahorita. So, ya con esto, pues el description que me diste, si el well, then you gotta do something before he does, you know? Was report him.
You got to do something before he does. What's he saying? Defend yourself?
And you have the description that muchacho, just relax. So, just relax. Take deep breaths.
Texas Rangers are a division of the Texas Department of Public Safety. Good to know.
Okay? Just take deep breaths. Take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Joe, we like you being here. I'll unmute you here. You just got a little wild with the language.
I started getting very sick. I started shaking. Me dio miedo. Miedo me dio. So yo invento. Le digo, vamos para la troca porque se me quedó algo ahí. Y ya que nos salimos, le digo, no encontrar, empecé a sentir bien nada ahí adentro. So está bueno, agarró las llaves, la vale, nos subimos y pues me empezó a manejar para acá. Pero ay, gracias a Dios que no me quedé con malos. Pero algo me pasó. Yo bien sin mirar, porque se... como cuando sabes que alguien está todo ahí.
Yeah. Oye, ¿tú tienes aquí golpes o qué? No, don't worry, you're safe with me. You're safe with me, don't worry. But that's why you're gonna make a police report, ¿me entiendes? You're safe with me, ¿me entiendes? Aquí no te apures.
Yeah, hey Lion, this guy has already called the cops. He called early on, but for some reason they take forever, and he ends up driving them to their station instead.
You know, I'm keeping an eye, no te preocupes. Let's just wait for PD real quick.
Wasn't Chuck Norris a Texas Ranger?
Así para que le... Just relax. A little bit.
The Rangers are the elite, right? It's what everyone else aspires to be.
Okay. Ahorita bien. You don't need an ambulance? No, you're okay.
I don't know, Ginger. I'm not sure how quickly he was able to ascertain what happened and when it happened and where, and with him being on his own, he might be off duty. I mean, all sorts of things are going on. There's some facts we just don't know. So he may have his primary responsibility may have been just to keep her safe, and he did that. So it's hard to tell why he didn't do other things.
Okay, no worries. No worries. I'm just under the phone. Okay, hold on. ¿Cómo te llamas? Erica, ¿qué? Salma Peña. Let me give you 27. Hold on. Erica Peña. Erica Peña. Is your date of birth?
So this is
Erica Peña, 11/23/91.
this is the jury's first time watching this. It gets a little old for us.
Yeah, Erica Peña.
Let's switch back to law and
No,
crime here.
no, she doesn't need a minute, but she wants to file an assault report. Okay. Well, let's see what PD is gonna want. It's out of PD. Come. Oh, we'll check right now. I'll let you know.
Yeah, San Antonio 5 just completely their feet just dropped.
They just, I gotta advise them when they get here. Just relax, relax. You gotta take a deep breath. Ahorita, just wait. I can't go. Tiene que ir PD primero, then I'll get you something. Okay? But tiene que venir PD primero. Okay? Well, let's just take that first. Okay, let's just take that first step. Okay. You're a cigarette smoker. Okay. A lot. How much do you smoke? During the day, ¿cuánto?
He's not at this point. He's not really interested in how much she smokes. He's just trying to get her calmed down. So just get her talking about something else. You know, how much do you smoke? How much do you smoke a day? Type thing. It's not a crime to smoke cigarettes, even though he's already said his personal opinion. You know, smoking's bad for you. You shouldn't smoke. Type thing. He just needs her to take breaths and slow down. So he's doing a good job calming her. He's keeping an eye out. Other than not being able to get her a shirt, I think he did a pretty good job here.
So basically, he's like a friend of yours.
He's not a real friend, so I've seen him 4 or 5 times. Cuatro o 5 veces me he visto y él me daba verdad, pero yo no lo había visto. No había visto, sino que hoy en la tarde lo vi.
Right. Just trying to keep the victim calm, keep him talking, a lot like he would at a car accident if somebody was injured or something.
And we started talking about what happened, and he got very weird. Very nervous.
He did. Okay. A bad bite. And so that's when, if I'm saying out loud, that's when he got really, like, did he get angry?
Like, scared.
Okay.
Thanks, Vic. Vic's, I like that song as well. You'll hear it here at the end of the day.
You say, why did you get? They say, why did you all of a sudden got scared? Why are you scared? I started getting scared. Vio que yo pensé que se estaba pensando.
¿Te sabes su nombre completo o nomás el nombre?
Tiffany, that is awesome. Congratulations. We're here with you. Anything we can do to help, let us know, Tiffany. That's awesome.
Does he live by himself?
It's a big house, sir. I know he just got separated, and la casa estaba sola. He was not solo.
Okay. He's alone.
Pero he was y yo no. Ay, Dios me dijo que su Biblia, y como él se empezó a poner su mirada, sus comportamientos.
But so you say you wanted to go in his room?
He wanted to take me.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Él me quería llevar.
Yeah, I understand.
Y yo no quise. Fue cuando yo le dije, bueno, toca, vamos. La cartera y nos dijo, vamos, está bueno. Me quería llevar mucho para allá. Si no se iba a parquear aquí, a comprar un bar, me dice, hold
What color was the gun? Black? Gray? Black?
You know why they ask what color the gun was? Does anybody know?
¿Te la apuntó o
This
no?
quick quiz.
Okay. Ojos de color.
True Celtic, I think you're talking about. I'm going to play some music here while we wait because we've listened. Most of us have listened to this all already. True Celtic, I know this is your first time through this, but you're the one who asked the question. So this is the song. Is that the one you're talking about?
He was scared that he was one of the guys that saw me was last.
Okay. Let me get you the name of that one. It is from the YouTube audio library. So just 1 second.
She's wearing boots and like se ve como un oil field worker.
I think he said he was a supervisor somewhere.
Like in the oil field or algo. Okay. Okay, no, don't worry. Ahorita viene algo, don't worry, okay?
So this next chat that I post here, this is for True Celtic. This is the name of the song on the YouTube library if you want that one.
That's why I'm offering you like to help you at the same time. Por si no necesitas ayuda, let's see what PD might help us out and maybe ir a buscarlo. You know, go look for him right now, or maybe if you already know him, they can give you pictures of him. You know, so don't worry. I mean, I assure you que you're in good hands. Ahorita no te asustes. Ahorita if he's circling around or whatever, you're here with me. Okay.
Pink guns are awesome.
And that's what I'm looking for. I see no I pasar otro Dodge Ram. You know it was a Dodge. Okay. You feel a little bit more relaxed? Yeah?
Just relaxing a little bit. Doing a good job asking her questions. So asking her the color of the gun, it is evidence. I mean, that's the gun. If they find someone with the gun, they want to know if it's a silver gun or a blue gun or a camo gun or something like that. That would be helpful to know. But it helps focus the victim's attention on something and draw out details. And you know, a lot of times people wouldn't think about that. But when you look at it like that way, and it might spark something and trigger a memory or something. It's just a useful way to get information from somebody that maybe they wouldn't provide information about that otherwise because they didn't think it was important. It's like, oh, the color of the gun's important. Yeah, and he had just drawn it out of this type of holster. He was carrying it here type thing. It's just a cool questioning thing. It's not like a procedure. You have to ask what color the gun was thing.
Like if he was on something.
Okay, so this is the world's longest body camera footage. It just goes and goes.
Don't worry. I'm keeping an eye. Don't worry. You're safe here. This is not Ford. You say Dodge, right?
So she saw another vehicle there, and he's like, "That's a Ford." You said Dodge, right? So he's like, "Just relax. I'm watching. I've got my eyes out. You know, you just relax, breathe. You know, I'll make sure you're safe."
Oh, bueno, y ahorita que venga PD might go take you there, ¿me entiendes? Pero sabes cómo llegar. Okay. Don't worry. No, I believe you. I totally believe you. I know you're just going through a shock right now. Donde acabas de salir de un escape. You know what I mean? You basically escaped from a situation where it could be dangerous. Pero eso es una SUV.
Algo así, algo así.
Okay.
Como nueva, no pero no tiene.
Son 4-door?
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry, I mean,
Man, this goes on forever. This is like, it's like a year, and the cops don't arrive, and eventually he just drives her there. Yeah, when Matthew Harris checks back in, we'll probably still be watching this body cam footage.
You learn, I mean, unfortunately, te tuvo que pasar esto, you know. No es de confiar en mucha gente, especially if you don't know them that well. I mean, you say que...
Y siempre me gustaba, pero yo no tiraba león.
Yeah.
Yo no tiraba león. Yo sabía que
You know, let it be summer. We all feel the same way. We're just like, somebody needs to be there for her, you know. And you know, when my wife and I rolled up on an accident that was pretty traumatic, she just went into like protective mode for this one of the girls that got hit, and she could see she was in shock and just knew what to do. Me as the guy, I'm just like, oh, she's okay, all right, I'm moving on. But my wife's like, hey, you know, she's in shock. She needs somebody, you know, she needs a blanket. So we ran and got a blanket out of our car and all that, and just yeah, this officer maybe isn't the best in treating shock. He is calming her down, but he's got his eye on all the vehicles as well, so he's doing a good job. Yeah, it's a long one, Seven, but we're getting through it. This is the first time the jury's seen it, and they are stopping it occasionally and getting some questioning in, so we'll see what happens here.
Pues maybe, I mean, así como estás cooperando conmigo, coopera con el juicio que venga. And I'm pretty sure they can help you out en esa manera para poder hacer un assault report at least, you know, con él. And maybe you can break a case de lo que está pasando ahorita. You know what I mean? You never know. You never know.
So at this point, the officer thinks that the information she has may be about the actual killer, the serial killer.
Well, if you think about it, estas murders han pasado en las noches.
Ginger, most of us probably don't know what to do in that sort of situation. We just try to do the best we can. You're probably better at it than you think you are. Yes, they're still waiting. He's called on the phone, not on the radio. I believe he called on his phone, said, hey, can you send an officer here? But an officer does not show up. And eventually he's like, hey, just hop in the front. We'll go for a ride. I'll take you.
Especially if he's kind of, or he might be around here or algo. A lo mejor va a pensar que, ahorita dice algo, el policía lo ignora y te va caminando otra vez, you know? Like, I don't want him to think that way, you know?
When you think about how long and boring this is, just remember that the jury was sitting in a quiet room, not able to talk about anything the whole time we watched it the first time. And now they're just getting to watch it for the first time. So the jury's had like double bore.
The explanation as to why PD hasn't arrived up to this point. Laredo PD, I'm referring to.
Yeah, we all want to know why they didn't show up.
I had called to check the status, and they told me that, I believe they told me they had several calls, but one was going to be en route. And then from this point on, we just started waiting to see. I told our communications to, okay, as long as one is en route, I guess we'll be fine. But after this point, I didn't call them again afterwards for because of what was coming, what was transpiring.
The information you were gathering.
Yes, sir.
So I'm not sure if they say when they had several calls, if they mean multiple people had called about the woman without a shirt at the Circle K. I think he's actually talking about that when he called the police station and said, hey, can you send an officer? They said, hey, we've got several calls ahead of her, meaning calls for service, which might be why they didn't have an officer show up right away. That would make more sense with what we're seeing here. The ribs are yummy. The picture looks amazing, Lori. Those look so tasty. Tiffany, thanks. You guys have really made this a great space. I'm glad I can be here with you. I appreciate all of you here. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys.
I really don't.
We're looking at his arm or his hand as he. A lot of times, officers that have to wear a bulletproof vest will hold their neckline. That sort of vents their vest a little bit, so it just pulls it away from your chest. It allows some airflow to cool off a little, but also blocks the body cam. So I think that's what he's doing right here as he's sitting there. He's not intentionally trying to block the body cam. He may also be holding his phone or doing something like that.
No, ese era el muchacho que caminó ahorita para allá en camisa gris.
You're drafting a complaint, AJ. Sounds like fun. What are you complaining about? Or who are you complaining for? We're just waiting for time to go as this body cam just rolls forever.
I heard that they're picking people up to investigate, right? The girls, and it's like, well, I'll say, what have you heard? And I'm like, I don't know. Literally, empecé a tener, tuve que despistarme como me senté.
Wow.
En serio.
You're working on a breach of contract construction case. Sounds like fun.
Like there was nothing wrong para que no mirara. Yeah. I don't know. But no, don't worry. I mean, I bet that's you're safe.
It's cheaper than an Uber to ride your broom, right, Suzanne? Yeah, and he's in Texas. All right, this is not the coolest place in the block. They get nice and hot and humid down there. I don't think I could ever wear one tag. It would be too hot. I'd just be a sponge. I'd just be dripping in sweat. I don't do well with that sort of thing.
So you got nervous cuando le comenzaste a mencionar a las muchachas? You think he's capable of doing something like that? I mean, carrying a gun?
Pistola. She's still on edge. After all this time we're sitting here, she's still looking at every single car. Every time there's an engine noise, she's like, what was that? Who was that? Still wondering if he's right around the corner. And I would be too. I mean, he literally just had a gun pointed at me.
Yeah.
Because supposedly he was going to go into here. Pero dice, do you want drive-through or quieres walking? And they were going to drive-through. He said, wait, well, hold on because I have to get in by the sidewalk. So we said, but answer, atrás del carril.
Yeah.
He said, wait a minute.
Yeah, they're uncomfortable to wear until they save your life, and then you'll never complain again, right?
He grabbed the hold of your shirt o te quiso agarrar completamente. Yeah, and the zapatos de la camisa.
Brenda, I've been there too. I got attacked by a guy with a gun. Actually got pistol whipped. Was not a fun experience.
I know, just relax.
Y le digo al muchacho este cuando over here, estoy sin shirt, una camisa y la agarró para taparme y dice, el policía.
Uno de los de aquí te dijo. Sí, sí. Okay.
Yeah, that was the story. But then he like pulls around in the back and draws a gun on her. I'm not sure if it's because she wanted to get out. But he could tell she was on edge.
I know, it's just I can't go by myself. Just hold on a little bit. Just relax. Just relax. Yeah, just take deep breaths slowly, in and out, just slowly. Por mientras. I know, because it's a shock. I mean, you just escaped from a possible kidnap, you know? I mean, te hubiera hecho kidnap and that would have been the end of you. The gun you say it was black or white? Black.
All right. I think we're pretty much going to wrap up the day on this. I doubt we're going to get much further than these videos today.
Right, we went in for like 5 minutes.
I do wonder about on the cross exam what they're going to ask Trooper Hernandez.
Hey, hello. Hey, es que tengo una girl que she escaped from a guy that pointed a gun at her here at McPherson in Loop 20, and she's one of those girls, you know what I mean? And the guy pointed a gun and se le escapó a la persona, and she's without a shirt basically right now. And I called PD to come over here and assist, but they haven't shown up though. So, but she knows that guy's name, like the first name and where he lives. So, well, just the first name, David, and yeah. Y vive por una casa que se llama, ¿cómo se llama la calle? No, dime qué calle es. San Isidro, it's a big house for San
Hey,
Diego,
Stephen Lee.
like that, right?
Thanks for being here. Appreciate you.
San Diego, I think that's what it is. I'm right here in McPherson and Loop 20 right here at the Circle K in Valero. Yendo pa Border Patrol. Yeah. Huh?
I would never eat sushi from a Circle K. I've got a story about a Circle K. Just out of high school, my buddies and I went to a Circle K, and he got a hot dog from the rack. Ended up getting food poisoning, and I had to drive him in his mom's car, which was a turbocharged Mazda MX-6 variable suspension. That's the fastest I've ever driven. Haven't gone over 140 since. But that was in the middle of, we had about 50 miles to drive to the hospital.
On McPherson, that corner one. Yeah, International and Loop 20. No, I'm sorry, McPherson and Loop 20. McPherson Loop 20. Yeah. Well, it's not the Exxon, it's Circle K. Loop 20 and McPherson, yeah. The one that's like when you go towards Border Patrol.
Michelle, we know that that she saw him in his uniform once, where he turned the uniform inside out. She testified to that as when she was the first witness on the stand. So she knew that he worked for the Border Patrol that way.
She was trying to mention something about the other two girls, and that's when nervous, and I guess she knows. Well, she doesn't know, but she knows who they are. Some judges.
That hot dog was probably on that rack for days before he ate it. It was so bad.
We're at the same station right there at Wood County. Well, you have an extra shirt though? Well, can you get an extra shirt? Well, I'm gonna tell you we're gonna go get a shirt, and then that way they can talk to you. All right.
So he's asking for somebody to have an extra shirt. So I know he's aware that she needs a shirt and is trying to get her one, but he doesn't have one.
Okay. Just the same situation que me dijiste.
Oh, Cakesby, that's awful.
I told him to get you a shirt para que puedas hablar comfortable con ellos, okay? And so we're gonna go to the station, and we're gonna talk to you regarding your situation right now, most importantly. Y luego también regarding maybe the guy's name, más o menos donde vive, todo eso, okay? So basically,
Can't imagine what you had
we're
to
gonna
see.
help you out, ¿me entiendes? So, mira, no te voy a decir que te vengas acá atrás, si quieres te puedes ir enfrente. Let me tell him. Yeah, me too.
Okay, so he's going to take her out of this side of the car. Go around to the other side. Put her in the passenger seat.
That was Ranger Salinas, sir.
What did you do after you spoke to Ranger Salinas?
So after I spoke with Ranger Salinas, I positioned her in the front of the patrol car in the passenger seat, and I took her to the Webb County station.
That might be all the video we see.
To the station, Ranger Salinas is waiting for you.
I haven't seen Jay
Yes,
Leno.
sir.
I haven't seen what happened.
Yes, sir.
I heard it was like his car exploded.
I don't recall, sir.
Was it more than an hour?
They interviewed her right away, that I remember.
So after they interview her right away, are you waiting there on standby, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm standing by there, waiting with Ranger Salinas and trying to acquire information as far as the assailant, where he lives, and gather, I guess, the facts to the address and who this person might be.
Or did you make any progress on that?
Yes, sir.
Tell us what you were able to find.
So I was familiar with the streets that she had mentioned earlier, and with the assistance of Ranger Salinas and Webb County Sheriff's Office and their team, we were able to drive to the location where Mr. David lives. And
we just had body camera footage.
When we were driving by that location,
body camera footage.
she pointed out that that's where he lives. And she also mentioned.
Hold it.
Hearsay.
You went to.
You can't say she also mentioned.
Yes, sir.
She was in the car.
Yes, sir. Yes.
How was she able to identify the house?
Were you under objective change?
Well, I'm afraid it's maybe speculation.
It calls for hearsay.
The house?
Yes, sir.
How?
Yeah, Your Honor, it's hearsay.
She.
Well, it's something she told her. I'll take them on board now if I have to.
You want to take on board that? Okay.
Okay. From your personal knowledge that you saw, you didn't know where Juan David Ortiz lived, right?
No, sir.
Okay. So if you found out where he lived, you heard it from the mouth of Erica Pena, correct?
And the evidence I gathered.
Okay. But I understand the end. It could be a bunch of ends. You heard it from the mouth of Erica Pena, did you not?
Yes.
It's hearsay, Your Honor.
What?
Was she able to point out the house of David Ortiz?
Well, Your Honor, again, it's an assertion for the truth of the matter asserted. It's still hearsay, even if it's not spoken.
No, it's not, Your Honor. I'm asking if she was able to point out the house.
I'm going to overrule the objection.
Okay, so they almost.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yeah, she was able to point out the house.
What, if anything, did you do after she pointed out the house?
So we verified that to double check the accuracy of her location that we were there. She had vomited, and earlier that day she had told me that she had vomited.
Your Honor, I'm gonna
So
this is a law enforcement officer. He knows what hearsay is. I'm objecting to hearsay because instructed not to discuss.
This is interesting.
Your Honor, that was made during an excited utterance. Information that he gathered, and he was overruled.
So, like I was saying, she had mentioned to me that she had vomited, and to collaborate her story and confirm her story that was true, we were looking for that vomit at that house because she had vomited outside of her house, of his house.
And did you in fact see vomit outside the house?
Yes, sir. Yes, it was.
This is the defense asking the
I'm
question.
not sure if it was in the sidewalk or like close to the sidewalk or the walkway.
And you yourself saw the vomit?
Yes, sir.
After you confirm and corroborate what she had said to you, What, if anything, did you all do?
So after that,
Hey, Riley.
we gathered the information of who's the owner, registered owner of that house, who it belonged to. I was able to retrieve the registered owner's name, and I was able to, through my training experience, I was able to gather the name and date of birth of that registered owner, and contacted our communications in Laredo. And after they found out the name and date of birth, I requested a picture to see who that person was, and they sent me a picture after finding out the person's identity. And after gathering that picture, I showed it to Mrs. Erica Peña, that was next to me when we were looking for that house.
Did she recognize the person in that photo?
Yes, I showed her the picture of Mr. David Ortiz's driver license picture, and Peña right away
Hey,
said,
Alex.
yes, that's him.
A big shout out to you. Seven says say hi to Alex. So, Alex, thank you for,
Yes, sir.
for watching or letting Seven watch.
He's over there sitting on that table.
What else did you do after that, if anything?
So after that, we were between Webb County and the sheriff's office. Webb County and Ranger Salinas. I provided that information to Ranger Salinas and Webb County. We quickly we were our supervisors in DPS were able to spread out our troopers to different areas of high crime areas where Mr. Ortiz could have possibly been. And I also believe that they had sent some Webb County deputies to that house to secure the house to see if he was in that house. So we had officers in his house and troopers assigned to Webb County in different areas of high crime rates, looking for Mr. Ortiz's.
Looking for his
as
truck.
well, I was able to also look for the registered owners of the vehicles that were in that house, and we were able to come up with a vehicle description of Mr. Ortiz's vehicle that he would drive. So we put out a bolo, a be on the lookout.
What was the description of that vehicle?
It was I don't remember the license plate.
That's fine, but the make and model?
It was a
Is this still
at
the
that time,
defense
it was
asking the
a
questions?
4-door Dodge
Underboard Dyer?
tinted window, newer model vehicle.
Pickup truck or?
Pickup truck, sorry. Pickup truck.
Dodge Ram.
Dodge Ram, yes, sir.
And as part of your bolo, you all would have put out the license plate as well?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we did.
Was Ortiz's vehicle eventually located?
Yes.
I don't know if they switched across and they
Yes,
just
it
missed
was located.
and the witness over, or if this is
We're
Bordier.
gonna take the hearsay unless he has personal knowledge.
Well, you answered that question. Answer your next one.
Did you have the occasion to later on that evening participate in the apprehension of Ortiz?
Yes, sir.
How?
So we drove back to the station with Mrs. Erica Peña, and after putting out the lookout, so we can provide her more assistance of what she had just gone through. And we had put out that bolo, and one of our troopers that was assigned to the San Bernardo area, the San Bernardo Avenue, was able to locate a possible truck matching the description that was out on the lookout.
So this is a Border Patrol agent accused of being a serial
trooper,
killer,
along with another
killing
trooper,
4
made
women.
contact with that subject.
The
or
fifth
that
one got away
vehicle.
and testified against him already.
And after making contact, the person fled, which was Mr. Ortiz.
Hearsay to hearsay, Your Honor, just what he did. Okay, so
Stay, ask your next one.
Yeah, so that's defense that
Respond to
objected.
the area where the
vehicle was located?
Yes, sir. I responded to the area, and
When you got to the area, what area did you respond?
I'll have to look at the actual counts.
it was on San Bernardo and
you probably got 4.
Avia Hotel.
4 murder.
I believe that's the name of the hotel.
Ava Hotel.
Ava Hotel, yes, sir.
But also probably some related to the witness that got away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was happening there when you got there?
So when I got there, I noticed Trooper Bradshaw and Trooper Obregon had just given chase to that person and had escaped on foot. And we made contact, all 3 of us, and along with Webb County Sheriff's Office, and decided to set up a perimeter and start looking for the subject within 2 buildings that were there, which was the Hotel Ava, and there was an abandoned white building there as well. And we cleared after Webb County SWAT arrived, and along with our troopers, we were able to enter the white building first to clear to make sure he wasn't there. And then after that, we ended up clearing the second building in there, which was the hotel. And when we cleared that hotel, on the 4th floor was Mr. Ortiz. He was found there.
Please describe for the ladies and gentlemen the configuration of the hotel or the parking lot area.
Yes, sir.
How many floors was it?
So it was 4 floors, and next to that white building, it has a little ramp. It has a ramp where vehicles come off, and it goes on to the 1st floor, and it circles around 2nd floor, 3rd floor, and then the 4th. And Mr. Ortiz was hidden in the 4th floor in the bed of a pickup truck.
Did you have, was your body cam activated during this
Yes, sir.
search and when you located your car?
Yes, sir.
There's another body cam video.
That body cam video was also preserved?
Yes, sir.
If we showed you 6 hours of it, would you be able to identify it as yours?
Anything else you did as part of this case?
No, sir.
Hey, Summer, if there's anything we could do to help,
I
let
believe
us
that's
know.
about it, sir.
It was who took Mr. Ortiz from the parking lot once he was arrested?
I don't recall, sir.
Well, what other agencies were participating in the search for Ortiz?
It was our Texas Rangers, it was Webb County Sheriff's Office, and DPS.
And was it the Webb County Sheriff's Office, the SWAT team that was there?
Yes, sir. It was their SWAT team.
Tag, I saw that picture. You're in like BDUs or something, right?
And he was taken without incident.
Yes.
That's awesome.
He gave
Thank
up
you for sending that.
and taken without incident, sir.
I'll pass the witness, Sean.
Okay, so now defense gets a shot at this guy. My one complaint with my burner phone is I'm not able to put your names on your numbers. So every time I try to find a text or a picture you sent me, I have to hunt through every single one I've received. I've got to figure out how to fix that. But Tag, I did get that picture of you. You actually sent me a couple pictures, I think, if I remember correctly. But one of you doing that on the exercise in Poland. I can send a squishy pic. He's a cure to all anxiety. Squishy furry pictures are always welcome. I know we've got a lot of people with fur babies here. So.
Yeah, proceed, Your Honor. You may. Trooper Hernández, my name is Juan David Ortiz, and together with Raymond Cruz, represents the Ortiz here to my right. When you said a little while ago that you were able to, I just want to make sure who did it. So you're saying that it was you who, through your computer skills, training, etc.,
got to crank the volume here.
pulled up the registered, not the registered owner, but the county owner, the real estate owner for that 204 Verbo in Laredo, what county? Was it you?
I was the one that instructed our communications to look for I was the one that instructed our communications to look for the driver license or an identification for the registered owner.
CB Clark, that's what I understand.
It wasn't Salinas, Ranger Salinas, or
I believe that they were doing it at the same time as me. But since I was in direct communications with our operators, I was able to get that ahead of time as well.
Okay, and were you getting direction to perform these duties from some higher? I mean, forgive me, I don't know the uniform of DPS. What is your rank?
I'm a trooper, sir.
Okay, and so I assume, like most agencies, there's your trooper, your lieutenant, sergeant, whatever, captain.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Correct.
And
is he asking if he had authority to run the search?
now let's go to the photo ID. You obtained this photo ID. Whoever responded, say, hey, this is the registered owner of this 204 borough. You said you requested an ID, right?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay.
Color me. I
And
struggle to
did
even
someone
draw a
instruct
stick
you
figure.
to
You do a great
display
job.
That photo to
Mrs. Peña.
Erica Pena. Did someone instruct you to do that?
No, sir.
Are you familiar with lineups?
Not really, sir. I don't have experience in lineups.
And in displaying this photo to Ms. Pena, you did it based on your own intuition, your own whatever.
It was
No one instructed you to do it.
no, sir. No one instructed me to do it.
You had permission to do it?
We don't need permission, sir, for that.
We don't need permission to search a plate.
Do
Or
you
to,
have an investigatory training on maybe why you shouldn't display a single photograph of a person of interest to a witness?
I don't have as far as I have identity theft fraud training, and usually at that time when I got that picture, we wanted to assure that this person will not kill anymore, and since she escaped from him, I wanted to assure that it wasn't.
I'm just asking if you had training
As far as what, sir?
on lineups and stuff like that.
On lineups, no, sir. I stated no.
Okay.
so he did a
Now,
lineup
you
of
also
one.
said that-
That's what they're trying to get out here. They had one picture of
Trying to
him.
figure out
Said,
who
is
did
this
all
the guy?
Because you're testifying that EPS troopers went to high crime area. You didn't direct them to do that. Someone higher up than you did.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, I contacted our supervisors so they can spread out our troopers and
And
all
who
that.
would have been that supervisor?
I believe at that time it was our captain. Or
It's okay. I'm just trying to.
I can't remember. I can't
Ranger
recall.
Salinas. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah,
Is it Ranger Salinas?
I think Ranger Salinas as well contacted our highway patrol supervisors, and they cooperated together.
Hey, Summer, I'm glad I'm not the only
You
one that
also
does
said
that.
something else. You said you placed DPS officers in his house at 204 Borough.
I said Webb County.
Okay, so who directed Webb County to place officers in his house?
Oh, that one I don't know, sir. I don't know about that.
Now, were you present when these officers went into the house?
When the first officers went to Webb County, the Webb County officers to their house, no, sir.
Okay, so that's just knowledge that you have. That they were dispatched.
That's what they had told me.
Okay. And when you say into the house, you mean inside the house? To preserve evidence?
No, sir.
Stand by?
Stand by, I believe.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're seeing out of the defense right now, we'll probably see a lot of throughout
For
this
that one,
trial,
no, sir.
as they're trying to poke holes in the process and procedures of the law enforcement. You'll see it in the search warrant, the Miranda rights being read,
Just now that at some point
all of that.
you relocated back to the garage over there on San Bernardo next to the Diego Hotel, correct?
Correct, sir.
Okay. And you testified that you personally assisted in seeking out Mr. Ortiz.
Correct, sir.
Okay. Now, I've read most of the reports, if not all of them, and I know that supposedly there was a stack of SWAT Webb County officers that were and you know what a stack is, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's where one officer is stacked behind the other, and it's a protection
Correct.
technique. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so there was a stack of Brett County SWAT officers that erected themselves once they knew the location by this picked up in the garage. You're aware of that?
Yes, sir. We followed behind them.
Okay. Now, like I know that the stack, according to what I read, had 4 SWAT officers. Do you know how far back in the stack you were?
I can't recall, sir.
I mean, were you number 16 back, or were you number 6, 7, 8? I'm trying to figure out how close you were to the stack.
I can't recall, sir.
Okay.
Why is it important where he was in the stack
So
as they approached him?
Sight of Mr. Ortiz being pulled out and handcuffed?
Yes, sir.
And stuff?
Yes, sir, I was.
Okay. Then, just generally speaking, about how many feet do you think you were away from that? Roughly. I'm not going to hold you to it.
About
he
maybe
is.
5 feet.
Oh, 5 feet? So,
Probably less.
So what, I'm about 25, maybe 20 feet away from
Yeah.
you? So 5 feet.
An estimate, yeah.
Okay, so when he's been taken down, I'm 5'9". So, I mean, I'm just using my height. Would you be this close?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you do have your body camera?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's an interesting line of questioning there. What's he getting at?
Can I add something to that?
Nope.
Go ahead.
So I was real close to him as well when they brought him down. I did not handcuff him, but I remember saying that when, just to affirm that I was close to him, I was yelling to the guys to put their rifles or their handguns on safety. And
Okay, so that there wouldn't be an accident.
Yes, sir.
Accidental discharge.
That's how come I know I was real close.
Sure. Did you happen to notice who patted him down?
No, sir.
Who were the officers in front of you on the stack?
I can recall, sir.
Interesting. Why are they going so in depth about how this?
Did you hear
how this
anyone
happened?
give Mr. Ortiz his Miranda warnings?
Okay.
I can recall about at that time, sir.
This is an interesting topic. This will be a point of debate.
But definitely you did not see anyone pat him down.
I know that there were patting him down. I just don't recall who wasn't, sir.
Okay, no, I'm not holding you to it.
Yes, sir.
So many agencies.
Why does he say I'm not going to hold you to it? He's literally testifying on the stand under oath. He's going to be held to it if he says something.
Did you see them retrieve any items from this person?
I don't recall, sir.
But your body cam will show it.
Yes, sir.
Tag, I think everyone wants to see your pictures. I'm not sure how many I can show here, but we've got to figure out a way we can share that with the group. Matthew Harris, I told you were going to take a break and come back, and we just barely got off that same body camera footage. It went so long. We had to watch it again, the whole entire thing.
Thank you very much. I have no further questions.
Thank you, sir.
A couple of more questions. Was Erica's assailant, was he some stranger to her?
No, sir.
Was he some guy wearing a ski mask?
No, sir.
Was he some guy that she'd never seen before in her life?
No, sir.
So somebody she knew, right?
Yes, sir.
Somebody that she can identify.
Yes, sir. Of course.
There's no need for a lineup.
No, sir. No need.
Further questions? Anything else?
No, you're wrong.
Okay.
You're accused. May step down.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Excuse me.
And the gentleman on the right, he is David Ortiz. He's the gentleman, I won't say gentleman, he's the police officer, the Border Patrol agent who's accused of...
We're going to recess for the day. I'm going to ask for you to be here at 8:15 tomorrow morning. We'll be starting soon thereafter, and we're likely to work until 5:30 tomorrow, just so you can plan.
Okay. So guess what we're going to be doing tomorrow?
Hour, 15 minutes perhaps again.
We will be back.
And, I'll just remind you not to discuss the facts of the case with anyone.
We'll be back here in
Watch any news
Texas.
accounts, newspaper articles regarding this case. You're excused. Thank you.
I will tell you,
All rise for the jury.
I like this court already. I really do. I love what they're how they're presenting it. I love everything except the audio. There have been a couple felonies committed as far as audio goes, with people talking away from the microphone, which hopefully will get addressed here soon. But
I have it together.
You have more?
Yeah, I put them together here.
Hot mic.
And those are just those statements that they're stuck.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so so that one's done. All right, day one is in the books. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Did you see Good Nurse on Netflix? I watched it last night. I don't have Netflix. I don't watch many movies. I do have Amazon Prime, but I just don't watch many movies anymore. I can't get into them. I like the real stuff. Yeehaw! We're back in Texas. Matthew's going to wear his hat just to celebrate tomorrow in court. Hat and boots. Michelle Johnson says, recovery addict and mods, thank you for streaming. Thanks for being here, everybody. I didn't expect to see this one. I think we'll follow this one through. A week or two, I think, looking at the schedule. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that will overlap with that we've been following because everything else is pushed into January and beyond. So how'd this day go? What was covered? Well, it started with opening statements, and I didn't cover opening statements, but I watched them myself. And basically, prosecution stood up there and said, this is a open and shut case, home run, jury. You're going to see all the evidence. You're going to hear out of the defendant's own mouth how he confesses to everything, and not just the 3 murders that we knew about, but an extra one we didn't, and how he led us to the body and everything. I'm like, why is there even a trial here if they have all this evidence? But he did confess. He gave a 9-hour confession, and he's saying it was coerced. So we're going to see if that evidence gets thrown out or not. It might be. So we'll see. So far, the defense, the objections they've raised have not really resonated with the judge. Everything's pretty much been overturned or overruled as far as their objections go, with the one exception of the translation of that body camera footage, the one that lasted for like 6 hours. That translation of the mixed Spanish and English into English, the jury will have that in their hand in the courtroom available, but they can't take it with for deliberations. So that's it. So that's what happened. We have basically just had just the 2 witnesses today, other than opening statements. So I will say, just on a personal note about how today went, I'm super excited. Today I got monetized on YouTube, which means I'm now a YouTube partner, which enables a couple other things for me. And it hopefully will enable me to keep doing this the way we have been all along, hopefully without any major changes. I will say a huge shout out and thank you to everyone who does donate and either buys the mugs, the True Crime Addict mugs, which we'll have to make some more of. Let's see, right there. I think I've taken some notes. I think we'll do a hot mic lover merchandise item, because I just think that's too good to pass up. So thanks for that tip as well. Mods have been great. I don't think we've had too many things, too much hard work to do, but it's been good today. My burner phone is blowing up off the hook right now. I've got all sorts of pictures. Looks like I just got something from maybe Celtic Mutt as well during training. It looks like he's holding is that a Mossberg 870? It's a shotgun. But yeah, so great pictures. I'll have to review all those. We'll see when we can get them in and share them with the stream. But I've got to fix my green screen so that it don't look like this anymore with all these little black lines around me. So I'll get that fixed tonight. Everything else is working. My computer is almost all up to speed. It was a long day. It's only 10 a.m. Thanks, RA and fam. Cakes Boo, stay safe down under. Appreciate having you there, having you here with us. So thank you very much for being here. Let's see. Congrats. Love our new channel. Appreciate all of you guys. It's just amazing. Let's see if I answered all the questions. Debbie is willing to pay the retainer for Matthew Harris, the whole $1 to keep him on retainer for a couple of weeks to help us with this trial. So that should cover all his expenses. This form is heaven for mods. It helped when I switched to subscriber mode only on the chat. That really did help, and given a 5-minute restriction on before you can comment. I know it cut down a lot on a lot of the messages that were shared, and I was hesitant to do it, but it's worth it to have a cleaner chat without all those spam bots and stuff in there. AJ says, I want to order a mug for me and for my ma. What's the deadline for delivery by Christmas? They've been coming in about 3 to 4 days, but the closer we get to Christmas, the the longer they take. That's all I can tell you. I don't know what the actual deadline is, the ordering date. On here with my phone. It's not smart enough for Discord, but soon I know I'm missing out on some great information. Shauna, they have done such a great job on Discord. Really appreciate the crew over there that really have just knocked it out of the park. All right, so I promised you would have some music, and here it is. It's time to wrap up for the night. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys giving me the tips on this case. It has been super interesting, and I'm intrigued. I'm fascinated by it. I can't wait to find out more and see where it goes tomorrow. Night all. Thank you very much. Song bits. Nighters song bits. Yes. It's like good night, John Boy. I'm just trying to follow the back and forth as everyone's saying good night, good night, good night. Didn't see the black lines just now. It's a courtroom. Yeah, well, I see the black lines. I know they're there, so I'm going to get it fixed. If anyone needs a legal fix after the stream ends, we have lots of content on our channel, says Matthew Harris. Please give it a click. Just for me, if you will just watch one video for Matthew Harris, just one video or maybe two. Watch it all the way and give him a thumbs up, make a comment or something. He is so close to being a YouTube partner, and he deserves it. So if you can do that, that would be great. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Give hugs to those you love. Smile at somebody, make their day a little bit better. Until then, stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow on the Recovery Addicts Show.